pretend I'm learning life. My thirst is divine, words inspire with perfect time. Nurtured right, them man there be learning lines, rehearsing lines. Trust me, far from certified. Acting while you sleep, I'm working nights. I want all the ups to feel like that Jurgen guy on Merseyside.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. Sorry about the lateness and everything. This laptop, as usual, is just moving hella inconsistent. But we're here. We're here. Big up everyone. Smash the like and subscribe button on your way into the stream. As always, big up everyone that's in here already. CFC Jack, Jacob, Di Lorenzo, Catman, Wason Wout, Grey Wolves Dinner, Nicholas, Liam Lane, Bobby Hitchin, big up everybody. There's a lot to get into. There's still the game that we haven't discussed. I was meant to do a stream earlier, but things happened and yeah, weren't able to do it at that time. But we're here. We're here. And we'll talk about everything surrounding the Chelsea-Leicester game. We'll talk about all the transfer news as well. News about Wilfried Zaha potentially, Fofana, Aubameyang. Who else do we have? Frankie de Jong, which is again just rearing its ugly head, can't be bothered. Ziyech talks, not too much there. Ethan Ampadu and Trevor Chalobah, Kepa. There's a couple topics to get into. Obviously, the big one about Wilfried Zaha as well, but we'll get into everything. And I know, had to cancel that one late. Sorry to everyone who was waiting, but we're here. I think this might be a better time potentially. You guys just let me know. But yeah, still got you guys your daily stream. So big up. Citrus the King says Fofana as our DM. Tuchel is a genius, lol. You could make a debate as to whether he has the traits of a DM potentially, but you're not going to see him playing that position anyway. God knows what we're going to do with our midfield, but we move. Nah, they ain't going to be shameless. Like, Flawless ain't about. I was with him earlier. Who else isn't about? I don't even know. We're probably going to do it Tuesday. Tuesday's a match day, isn't it? Wednesday, Thursday, we'll find a day. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll figure something out. T says Lewis doubt it, but could Fofana make Southampton on Tuesday? He did the first part of his medical today, so maybe. It depends on how late they can register him. I think it might have to be the day before, so it'd have to be done by Monday at midday or something like that. I'm making a guess. I'm probably wrong about it, but maybe. Depends on how quickly the medical can get done. People are actually complaining about Ziyech being... Ziyech, sorry, I was looking at the comment below. People are actually complaining about Sterling being a back post merchant. I know, so much waffle about him being a Timo Werner 2.0. Timo Werner could never make a goal out of nothing like the way Raheem Sterling did for the first goal. And the second goal, it's just nice to see someone give Reece James's crosses the respect it deserves. We've seen Tammy flop, Timo, Havertz, so many number 9s just absolutely disrespect his crosses. And Raheem Sterling knows what to do. Be in the right position. Yeah, it is just a tap in, but it says something about being in the right position. And we have number 9s who will be in the right position and still probably miss the shot. So, yeah, big up Sterling. And to be honest, was a bit quiet after the red card. But to be honest, everyone else in attack was. And it kind of highlighted why we need a number 9 so much. Because I'm seeing Havertz and I'm seeing Sterling constantly trying to get involved in the build-up play. And then when we finally break out of the little pocket of space and someone tries to make a pass into the middle, nobody is in the middle. Because both of our strikers, when we're playing the 4-2-2, are both trying to get involved in build-up play. This is where someone like Aubameyang comes in. Because all he'll need to do is make those runs constantly and be in the right position. Everyone says, oh, but we had that with Lukaku and everything like that. The problem with Lukaku is he had dog shit movement in the final third. And Aubameyang will have much better movement in that regard. Plus, you could potentially say he's a better range finisher as well. And again, compared to everyone else that we already have, it's perfect. Now, what's the best way Fofana gets used in your opinion? He's probably just going to get used as a right centre-back, if we're being honest. I don't really know if he could play on the left, potentially. He's good at driving the ball forward. 1v1s is unbelievable. Very good in terms of his aerial threat too. I see people talking about a DM potentially. I don't think he'd play in that position. He might be able to, but we're probably only going to use him as a right centre back. I want Zaha and Aubameyang, not one of the two. Exactly. Why is everyone always talking about would you want Aubameyang or Zaha? Give me both. Zaha gives me creativity, versatility across the front three, and he's a good finisher too. 14 goals in the league last season. Aubameyang, brilliant finisher, perfect number 9 for Tuchel's system. Bring them both in, and we can bring them both in. They're both affordable enough. We can do it. And so, Carefree after saying Cho out. Here's the thing: Cho to Palace makes sense, even though it looks like he could be going to Bayer Leverkusen. It makes perfect sense for him to go in as a direct replacement for Wilfried Zaha. Obviously, he ain't got the ability of him, but I think it'd be a good place for him to go to and potentially show his quality. I guess if they would even take him as a replacement, I wouldn't blame him if they didn't. And you have to take the wages into account. So I say I like this 4-2-2-2-3-4-3 hybrid. Defensively, we look solid. It's just again the further forward we go, there's just not much. It all depends on what Raheem Sterling can create. Like Mount was absolutely invisible yesterday, and Havertz was just work rate and movement. Like being real, the things that people were praising him for was the same thing that they praised Timo Werner for when he was here. I didn't get all this hype that Havertz had a good game or anything like that. I thought he was poor, just like Mount was. At least Raheem Sterling turned up in the second half. He should have got an assist in the first half too. He put a ball on a plate for Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and we just Chelsea'd it up. But turned up in the second half. Good first goal, really good second goal as well. Should have got a hat trick. Hit the post like with all the time in the world, and it just felt like, yeah, okay, so that's what Sterling is capable of as well. Fair enough. But the quality, as opposed to Havertz and Mount, is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And I think you bring Zaha and Aubameyang in as well. That is a much better front three, and it's a much more threatening front three as well. Chelsea Havertz, he was not good. He just had good work rate. That was it. On the ball, he spent half of his time on the fucking ground trying to get a foul. I was raging him in the second half for just diving all the time. I don't think he played well. Again, people need to up their standards, please. Please. People say we need a proper DM so Mount can play, but actually need a proper creative mid so Jorginho can excel. I keep saying Jorginho isn't necessarily the problem. Yes, he does get bypassed way too easily. That is my issue. But in terms of creativity in the middle, it's because there barely is anything there, and the only players we can rely on aren't fit enough. If Kovacic had less injuries and we didn't have to worry about him always being on the table, then we wouldn't have to worry as much. But we don't have an 8 that can stay fit. Same thing with N'Golo Kante. He's out for another month too. That's our biggest worry over a DM. At least Jorginho can stay fit throughout the season. If anything, our problem is we overplay him to death. But yeah, he played excellently. Even if he did get bypassed a few times, like he was basically carrying that midfield by himself. So I'm not too surprised. Sterling posts a mad save. Was it a save? I thought he just smacked the post. Yeah, Morata with passion. That's a really fair way of saying it. Both of them are good at heading as well. What else are we saying in the comments? If Oberyn and Zaha came, do you think fans would riot if Mount was benched? Fans aren't going to riot. Like, all depends on the way Chelsea play. All I saw was as soon as we took Mason Mount off, like, we scored instantly. And there was much more creativity within the side. I like Mount, but this is his biggest criticism. When it comes to his creativity and linking the midfield and the attack, it's not consistent enough at all. Not consistent enough at all. Big up Josh saying, Haaland golden boot, you want to make a bet? No, I don't. I don't actually. I don't. Like, you guys are already running away with the league. You don't need to rub it in, dickhead. Big up yourself anyway. Oh, so Ward did save it. Okay, fair enough. I take back that criticism then. Shameless probably next week. I don't really know when though, because midweek fixtures and everything like that. Plus, I've got Dan Potts Premier League show as well and Coppish, so I need to figure it out. Friday might be a good shout, but I think that's when Dan's doing his show. But yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts on the Chelsea-Leicester game. For the fact we were down to 10 men for long periods, I was very happy with the resilience that we showed, especially in the second half, because Leicester City were just piling players forward. They kept putting the ball into the box. Jamie Vardy, if that was a Chelsea player, I would have been slandering him for the misses that he was showing in that game. He single-handedly cost Leicester that match. He was in the right position about a good 3-4 times, absolutely bottled it. Defensively, though, excellent as per usual. I thought Chalobah was good, even though he struggled 1v1 with Jamie Vardy. I thought aerially he was really good in that game. Thiago Silva, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable player. Like, I run out of words to describe how good he is for us, and there were so many key blocks, especially in the second half. Really happy with his performance. Cucurella, corners were surprisingly poor from him. I remember saying last week the only corner that we had that led to a goal was from Cucurella, and we never let him take one since. And all he kept doing was hitting the first man. It was like, bro, I've been praising you at it, and you're dropping this. And even then, one of them led to the Gallagher red card as well. And we can't take into account like he was partly to blame in that too, even though Gallagher was looking rash as fuck. Also, do need to have a conversation about that too. He was a walking red card after the first yellow. He was making the same sort of foul like 2 or 3 times. You knew it was coming. Oh, one sec, drop something. Oh, why is Lawrence's thing up on it? One sec. There we go. I need to get Lawrence's thing off. One sec, guys. There. Yeah, but Conor Gallagher, like I said, he's very rash when he goes into those sorts of fouls. I've seen it in the last couple games as well. And I know he's not necessarily meant to be playing in a double pivot or anything like that, but it's still something he needs to improve on. He needs to be a lot more composed when he's off the ball, because he's just running straight through players, and he hasn't got the technique to be able to do that and cleanly take the ball, which is why he kept drawing fouls. Walking red card that game. And he knows it as well. He weren't happy with his performance, but yeah, it just wasn't good enough. Yeah, me and Lawrence have the same StreamYard, innit? So he must have been streaming yesterday, that's why. Kushal says, do we need to keep Ampadu for depth? Not really, because Chalobah's now staying. Chalobah, I think Nizar said it. Where is it? Chelsea told Trevor Chalobah they want him to stay. He is happy to fight for his place after being told he's part of the short and long-term future of the club amid the imminent arrival of Wesley Fofana. And with that also in mind, Ethan Ampadu is undergoing a medical in Spezia over what I think is a permanent transfer. So it looks like Chalobah's staying and Ampadu's getting sold. And I said Chalobah should have been the one to stay anyway. I'm surprised we're letting Ampadu be permanently sold though, but is what it is. Chalobah would have been more of a surprise if you let him go though, because he was saying in press conferences a month ago that he was happy to stay in whatever role that Tuchel wanted him for. They're saying Ampadu's on loan with an option to buy. Okay, cool, no worries. But yeah, good to see Chalobah staying though. I've said he was good depth for us, so I'm glad we're still keeping him. Goyam says, too bad Conor hasn't learned the most important lesson from my idol. You can't get sent off if nobody realizes you're on the pitch. Fair enough. And yeah, Mount was an absolute ghost. Didn't even notice he was playing for like a good 25, 30 minutes. Just literally was just work rate, and that was it. What's Johnny saying about Minerals Man getting hooked at half time? Yeah, he said he was just being rested, I think, or something like that. Johnny tried to tell me Havertz was better than Sterling yesterday. And I literally looked at him dead in the eyes. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? I big up Johnny every time, but Havertz better than Sterling. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Sterling's only literally got 2 goals. And actually didn't look like a ghost for long periods either. But yeah. Man said more Mount slander, please. I'm not even trying to slander Mount like that. It's just, let's call it how we see it. He's not performing well. And I don't hype up defensive work rates and running around. It's a bare requirement of a professional football player to run around and have good work rate. When you start hyping up a player's work rate and nothing else, it tells me that they're not doing anything on the ball. And that's exactly what people were saying about Mount and Havertz yesterday. Havertz was great. His defensive work rate was brilliant. What a shithouse. Nothing on the ball, though. Nothing on the ball. Talk to me about their end product. Talk to me about what they do on the ball. And I'm not seeing it. His hold-up play was not good. His hold-up play was not good. Anytime he got near to a player, he just dropped on the ground and tried to get a foul. Let's not act like his hold-up play was good. It was atrocious. Just every day drop to the floor and try and get a foul. Stay on your feet. Only on 100 likes as well. Come on, guys. Run it up, people. Run the likes up, please. Havertz himself is not hungry for goals from what he said in his interview. He said good work rate is equally important. This is the guy we have as our number 9. Oh, great. Absolutely brilliant. I'm not being harsh. If you're playing as a number 9, get me GNA, or I don't really care about work rate. Work rate is a bare requirement, especially if you're in a Tuchel system. I do not care about work rate. That shouldn't even be something you praise players for. You tell me about what they do on the ball. Kusho says, are the Zaha links legit? I think it was Simon Phillips that was the one that reported on it. Let me see. Where was it? Miguel Delaney says Chelsea have revived their interest in Zaha. He has been intent on a move to a Big Six club for some time. A deal would depend on how open Palace are to the sale and their price tag. Ed Aarons also says he understands he's one of several players that has been discussed by Chelsea in recent days, but no move for him as Aubameyang remains their number 1 priority. Zaha has less than 1 year of his contract left at Palace. Apparently, we've also been in contact with the representatives of Zaha for face-to-face talks last week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and there was a positive reaction from his camp. So it sounds like there have been talks. It might be seen that we go for Zaha if Gordon can't go through. Which even in my mind, it's like, just fucking get Zaha first, or get them both in. And then you can let Ziyech go. You can let Cho go. I don't know who else, but there's other options as well. And that would be better for us. Wilfried Zaha's 25 million. He's got the Prem-proven tag that everyone loves. Versatile, can play across the front three. He presses, he has creativity, and he's a better finisher than anyone else on our squad. Don't get why we aren't already in for him. I don't get why he's not wearing blue already. He's 25 million. And people want to tell me we're bigger than Zaha. Like, what are we talking about? What are we absolutely talking about? Bring Zaha to the bridge immediately. I want more than a bit. I want the whole of Wilfried Zaha at the bridge immediately. At the bridge. What else is saying? Bro, I didn't want to say it, but I said it was a great option out of the blue. If he comes through, Thomas Tuchel, you must be watching the streams. Big up yourself, my G. If you're watching this, win the Champions League and also get Aubameyang in. Or Ronaldo. Well, I don't think Ronaldo's happening. I did see someone talk about it, though. Trying to link Ronaldo to AC Milan with a Rafael Leao move for Chelsea. Yeah, Duncan Castles said AC Milan's a potential destination for Ronaldo in the last hours of the transfer window, as Chelsea are working on the signing of Leao. With the Leao money, Milan would have enough to sign Ronaldo. It just sounds like they've just made the story out of thin air. Because I don't get why. I still don't get why people think we'd spend 150 million on Rafael Leao right now, when it makes more sense that he'd be about half the price in a year's time. So I don't see I think they're just trying to make a story like this could happen if this happens and this happens, but it's not going to happen because we're not going to put 150 million up for Rafael Leao. Simple as. There's a super chat. Oh no, just a super sticker. Big up yourself, Chaka Chaka, my guy. Yes, C1, bro. We've been speaking it into existence. If it happens, celebrations and all that. Tim's has traumatized me. If you flop that urinated, you're probably flopping at Chelsea. Sorry. Come on, there's context to be applied. Didn't Zaha have that alleged incident with Moyes' daughter or something? So, God knows. Lewis, talk a DM into existence, please. I want 8s. Before the DM, I want 8s. Give me 8s first. That's our biggest issue. At least we have Jorginho and potentially Billy Gilmour as depth for that position. Like, after Kante and Kovacic, the 8s just look peak. Ruben, who just keeps his head down and runs. Gallagher, who just runs around like a headless chicken, really. And who's the other options? I don't know. Barkley in the pivot? God forbid. Like, give me 8s. 8s and then a DM. Imagine calling Zaha frustrating when you watch these two. Trust me, man. You lot got Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, link will go out to the panel in a little bit. What else did we have? There was a couple of other topics in here. Damasio said Ziyech is getting closer to joining Ajax from Chelsea. I'm only talking about it because it's Damasio, but still vague as hell, really. Was there anything else on that? United now set to sign Anthony for 100 million, including add-ons. Well, that means you're not getting him on a loan deal. That means you're paying the 30 to 40 million or whatever the fuck we want you to pay for him. No one hear any waffle about from Ajax either. You lot know you can afford him. You lot know the quality that he possesses. Pay the money and bring him back home. We want him to go. He wants to go. Let it happen. Just stop wasting time and money. Because we got other chances we need to make. If he goes, maybe that means we can push for Wilfried Zaha. Please, I beg. I fucking beg. What was it? What was the De Jong stuff? Fabrizio says Frankie wants to stay, but in case and only in case he changes his mind. My feeling is Chelsea are the club really pushing for him until the end. AKA, Fabrizio just wants to keep the story going until deadline day. So there's something to talk about. But again, nothing has changed. And I do not expect anything to change. He's probably just going to stay at Barcelona. And we move. Zaha scored more last year. Oh, fucking hell. Don't even get me started. Was he not in the squad on Saturday? Interesting. I want to know why. The disabled team says, boy. Lewis, I'm a great admirer of Gallagher. Is it the manager's system that's making him look so bad, or it's simply Gallagher isn't a top 4 player? It's the wrong position. What was it? Tuchel said that he's the closest thing to N'Golo Kante, where I think he's the closest thing to Mason Mount. So he should be playing in the front three. If we're playing a 3-4-3, he should be in the front three. The same way you'd use Mason Mount. That's the way I think you get the best out of him. Shouldn't be playing as a double 6. Doesn't work. Oh, Zaha was injured. Okay, I'll say for that, guys. Right. Might be around that time we send a link out to everybody. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Fofana medical today. We already know that. Kepa. Kepa's been told that Chelsea want him to stay despite significant loan interest from Napoli this summer, which again makes sense because we haven't had any sort of interest except from Napoli. We put him up for 30 million. Nobody wanted him. He's still on overpriced wages. And Mendy don't even look that reliable right now. Like, he did well with the 1v1s against Vardy yesterday, but he still got beat at his near post by Harvey Barnes. So I need to see that level of consistency from him, because when you're playing in goal, the room for error is at a bare minimum. Any mistake you make is basically a goal. Like we saw last week, like we saw in pre-season, Real Madrid, all sorts of games, for example. So I need to see more from Mendy. Oh, Rigo Park has dropped a super chat. Where is he? Shy Havertz and the untouchable Mount need to be dropped. Why do people get unhinged when it comes to Mount? No one should be undroppable. Zaha and Aubameyang is much better. This is the thing, is player stands. People will never want to hear you have one bit of criticism for their favourite players. Even though it's like, just accept the fact that sometimes they're playing a bit shit. Like, I was the biggest Christensen fan, but after the Arsenal 4-2 loss, I was saying I don't want to see Christensen play for the rest of the season because he has his head in Spain. So I don't get why it's so hard for people to accept criticism of their favourite players. Mount is a great number 8. As a 10, the creativity is inconsistent. Havertz barely looks like a footballer. This looks like a fucking roadrunner with good heading ability. And I say that like loosely. The people get their knickers in a twist anytime you mention anything about them. It's ridiculous. And I agree, no one is undroppable. Nobody. Nobody at all. What else are you saying? Everyone run up the likes, please. Please. Can we sign Werner for a 1-game loan versus Southampton? Actually, yeah. Don't drop Mount for the game on Tuesday. Don't drop Mount for Southampton. He is guaranteed at least 2 goals in that game. So, Mason Mount starts. I know I said he should be dropped. Well, we can hold that for a game. We know what Mount's like against Southampton. Let it run. Let it run. Hey, Jorginho ran the midfield by himself. I don't want to hear waffle. I don't want to hear waffle. Am I going to Chelsea matches? Yeah, I'm going to do AC Milan away. Not too sure about the others, though. Oh, one sec. Where's my mic gone? There we go. There we go. Disappointing you, Lewis. Carnival in your streaming should be on. Where do you think I just came back from, bro? Come on, man. Like, I just left Flawless in the others. Well, I'm seeing them again tomorrow as well. But yeah, early day. Also, I'm coming off a hangover and everything, so fucking allow me. Wait, are you at Carnival? Actually, let me know, because if you are, shout me. Actually, with that in mind, let me just throw the link out to everybody. Yeah, that's why it's a late stream. That's also why the earlier stream got cancelled as well. So allow it. But yeah, let me send the link out to everyone. While I'm doing this, as always, run the likes up. Oh, Pokedoku wants a link too. Cool. I don't even know who's about at this time because I don't usually stream at around 10ish. But yeah, Carnival tax. This is also why if I'm streaming tomorrow, I'm streaming at like 12. And I'm streaming for an hour and a half and I'm out. So, guys, allow me. It has been a fucking long ass week too. So yeah, if I stream, I'm streaming at 12. If not, then is what it is. I'll see you lot on Tuesday. Who else? Yeah, that should be everyone. It seems when nobody turns up. That'll be fucking hilarious. Yep, cool. Send it out to everyone. Perfect. Ilya says Carnival merchant. Don't do that. Zed says, do you rate Conor Gallagher or is Billy a better player? I mean, in the pivot, it is Billy Gilmour. But if it's in the front three, it's probably Conor Gallagher. It all depends on the positioning. Always depends on the positioning. Anonymous, bro, I was just vibing. Like, I ain't fucking out here simping like that. Oh, C1, yeah, did I send you the link? I don't even know if I did. Oh, Pokudoku's the first one to turn up. What are you saying, bro?
Yes, Lewis. Wait, first question. This is not football related. Wait, what do you do at Carnival?
What do you do at Carnival?
Yeah.
Drink, dance, vibes. Have
I
you
hear
not been
that.
Carnival?
No, because my friends are trying to get me to go tomorrow. So I was thinking, is it worth
Go,
it? Is it worth it?
bro. Yeah, but you might as well go. What are you doing tomorrow?
Nothing, James.
Right. So why are you asking me? Just go and experience it.
I hear that. Anyways, so
What
you
was
talk
your
about
thoughts on the game anyway, bro?
the game. I mean, up until the Conor Gallagher red card, I think. Let's talk about the red card first. I think the red card, the first yellow card, I think it's a bit erratic. He doesn't really have to do with a challenge. But I think with Gallagher, I think he's just trying way too hard. Like he's trying to impress Tuchel. I just think he just needs to take it easy at time. Like he's going like full force into every tackle when he doesn't really need to. And I think the second yellow, I don't really blame him that much because I do think he's in an unfair position. First of all, he
He
shouldn't
is,
really.
but it's like you're on a yellow, and you just went right into him, and he did that like 2-3 times before.
Yeah, but Lewis, say he don't take him out though. I don't think anyone's catching up with Harvey Barnes from that position.
Yeah, but then it's not really his fault, is it? It's Cucurella's. Well, I get it, like maybe you're just taking one for the team in that remark.
But you never know. If we go 1-0 down, Leicester could just sit back all game, and we know how bad we are doing against low blocks.
I get like it's not really all Gallagher's fault, regardless. Like Cucurella takes a good
No,
amount for that. One
I
for the
blame him.
shit
No,
corner, one for the shit ball
I
afterwards.
blame him for the first yellow. The first yellow was absolutely stupid. It's the second where I'm not really getting onto him.
It's the management after the yellow because it's like you're on a yellow, you have to be a lot more conservative with your tackles, and he was just running through players.
He's trying too hard, but that's the thing. I think he's trying too hard.
I think it's those fucking Kante comparisons Tuchel made. Now he's trying to run around the pitch like N'Golo Kante, and it's like, bro, you're not that guy. You should be competing with Mount in the final third and all of that, and I think that would be the perfect place for him.
Yeah. Also, like, I also think what's it called? Sterling. I think the front three, like Mount. If we weren't playing Southampton, he would have to be benched, but he was just invisible. Like I love Mason Mount so much, but I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's tactics or something, but it's not like he's not a threat. You just don't see him on the pitch, like.
But that's the thing; he's not a threat. Like Chucker says, I think the moment Mount was taken off the pitch. I think the moment Mount was taken off the pitch, what, bro? Let us know. I don't think you finished your chat. You don't have to super chat. I'll keep a lookout for your name. But what did you mean? I think the moment Mount was taken off the pitch, what? Let me know.
Maybe we
played better.
Yeah.
Probably we played better.
Also,
let's be real about it. Didn't do nothing. Didn't do a thing.
Didn't do nothing. I thought Loftus-Cheek as well had a good game. Other than that chance he should have buried, I thought he had another solid game. I thought the back three.
He was all right. Like, it's all right at the right wing back spot. I just think, again, just please keep your head up and, like, track runners at the right time. Because he does he's another one of those just way too guilty holding onto the ball too much.
He should have finished that chance as well.
Yeah, but it's Chelsea, and I'm never going to look at Ruben Loftus-Cheek as one of the players I expect to be clinical and finish all their chances. It's just like, well, that's another Chelsea miss. We move.
And also, on another day, Leicester probably scored like 5 goals.
Yeah, Vardy turned into Timo Werner.
He
right
was
in front
so
of our eyes.
bad.
That
Timo
was
Vardy.
terrible. If that was one of our players, he would be getting butchered.
That
Absolutely
was
butchered.
such a bad performance. You
Shame
can
because
go
he
ahead.
handled Chalobah well 1v1. Just
Yeah, 1v1 he
shit
did
finishing.
Chalobah and Aspie every time. Just couldn't finish.
Yeah, it is what it is though. Andrew, what's your thoughts been on the game, bro?
Well, first of all, win's a win. Fantastic win. 3 points. Sterling scoring. Brilliant. And I loved that his second goal was at the back post because that's what people always think of him. So I did love that. Yeah, showed the characteristics and characters I want when they have adversity thrown against them. It would have been interesting to see if Leicester had scored first, though. What would have happened? But at least they showed up. Changed it. Second half far better than the first half. Cucurella was far better in the second half than he was the first, and it showed. And Reece is the man now. He's getting better every game. You know, he just grows. He just grows every game.
Unbelievable player.
This is what I'm talking. This is our youth
generational talent.
Generational talent.
At this point, I wouldn't even call Reece James a youth product. He's just established.
You're absolutely right.
He's established.
Right. He's not a youth product. He's established in his first teamer.
Yeah.
Taking Mount off at half time, people can call it tactical, but let's face it, Lewis. If Mount was balling out in the first half, he wouldn't be taken off, would he? Let's just face it. If he was like
Mount did fuck all.
Yes,
I didn't notice him the whole first half.
All this tactical bollocks is remember against Spurs last season when he got taken off at half time because he was shit.
We scored 3 goals.
It doesn't mean he's a shit. It doesn't mean he's a shit player, guys. Just that he's playing shit at the moment.
No, I do think there is some tactics because
pocket duck. Let me just educate pocket duck. If Mount was balling out in the 0-0 first half and was creating chances and shooting, there's no way in hell he would have been taken off. There's just no way.
If you don't take off Mount, you have the only reason Mount was in because Sterling and Havertz can be up front to have a front two.
But you could have dropped
10
Mount.
men.
You could have dropped Mount deeper a bit. We've seen him play deeper before, but it's no way he would listen. It could have been in all honesty, it could have been a toss up between him and Havertz. Havertz is only there because he's taller and he's got a bit more attacking now, in his head than Mount has. So that's the only reason he stayed on. If Mount was balling out and Havertz wasn't doing anything, Havertz would have got taken off. So it's not a tactical thing. But a win's a win, man. We got to take it. And Conor Gallagher. Listen, you know what? I think he's just trying too hard.
Yeah.
It's just you just need to calm down. And maybe that's the manager's fault as well for just starting him 2 games in a row or something like that. Just calm down. Do you know what I mean? And also, I think he probably. Do you know what? I think when he was going in for that challenge, the second one, I think he forgot he'd already been booked.
That would have been the only thing that made sense to me. Because it into him like it was the first minute.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit like the Koulibaly one. I think he forgot he got booked in the first half as well, and it's like that. But I'm starting to hear these Zaha rumours heat up, though. That's what I'm starting to hear. That's what I'm seeing online. These Zaha rumours are heating up. And Gallagher's been mentioned going back on loan. I'm just saying. That's, you know what I mean? To sweeten the deal.
I get that, but it just doesn't make sense to me with our midfield options already.
In my opinion, like I've always said, even though I know half the fan base don't rate, I've always said, in this system, in the pivot, Billy Gilmour suits him more than Gallagher. I've always said this. So, like...
I don't think Tuchel likes him.
Yeah, I don't think Tuchel rates Gilmour.
Sorry, not likes him. I don't think he thinks he can play there. And it's a bullshit thing because they haven't tried, but I think he thinks because he's not... like he doesn't look tough. You know what I mean? He doesn't look physical-wise. And they've already got Jorginho in there, who's probably going to play the predominant most of the games. So he's probably not wanting a less physical... What he seems to be deem a less physical... But then again, like Kante's not like the Hulk or anything. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't. Sometimes managers just don't rate players.
Yeah, I hear that. But like,
just got to accept it.
Unless we sign
Definitely
a
got to be an athletic thing, like the size or something, because that's the reason why I didn't like Kunde, for example.
yeah, because
Yeah.
technically Gilmour's is levels above Gallagher, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
that. I see that.
And it's like we're already like trying to shoehorn an 8 into a position
Yeah,
that is in Mount. There's no need to do it for 2 of them. Do you know what I mean? It's like we don't need to shoehorn. We're trying to shoehorn loads of players in different positions that don't really suit. We shouldn't be trying to do that. And that's why, like on the first half, it was like essentially we played with 8 men. We had Gallagher sent off and then Mount and Havertz in the first.
Do you feel
half.
like maybe they should be switching positions and maybe Gallagher should be further forward and Mount should be the deeper one?
just sign a midfielder.
Yeah, just time it exactly right.
Oh, yeah, I'd like that too, but Tuchel clearly don't want
But
one.
hang on, this I'm sorry, De Jong's staying at Barcelona. Whatever funds you
Yeah,
had put aside,
I'm tired of hearing it.
whatever funds you had put aside, there's a guy in Wolves who is brilliant, Ruben Neves. Just pay, put that down and pay it, and just say you're going to put down nearly the whole the payment down, because that's what the Leicester are accepting now. Leicester accepted less because we're going to pay the whole of it within a year, not over like several years. So that's why they accepted less.
So it's a majority upfront thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. But it's over the next year. It's not like over 5 years or something like that. So that's why they accept. That's why it's lower. So it's not a world record fee, which is really weird for Chelsea to be like obsessed with that when we paid 100 million for Lukaku. Do you know what I mean? It's so weird that they want to do that, but they didn't. But they said we'll give you this over a year if it's less. So whatever.
Big up everyone.
Big up,
big up.
C3.
Let me go through a few of these super chats. Eric Ten Hag trash. Tottenham have no pool. Says Martinelli owns Fofana. Fair enough. I mean, we'll say Leicester tax, but we'll see when you lot come to the bridge in a couple of months. Cameron also says, would Zaha be easy to get 12 months left on contract? I would love to get him, but for me, Ziyech would have to go. But also his attitudes are not the best. We can get Zaha if we actually pursue him without wasting any more time, personally. Like 25 million is 100% attainable.
What does he mean by
potentially?
What do you mean Zaha's attitude's not the? What do you mean?
It's because he fights the referee. That's
Yeah,
why.
he whines a lot.
But even then,
do you know what? If
that's
he comes to us,
passion.
he probably won't need to.
They complain about this attitude, but when it's Kai Havertz, like, oh, what great shit housery yesterday! What amazing shit housery!
Exactly.
Come on,
just
you'll
passion.
love it as soon as he's at Chelsea.
It's just passion, bro.
Passion. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, let him beat his chest a few times in the.
I just think that's a lazy argument.
Fata says, Poku Doku, you're saying that you want Ampadu, Levi, Colwell, and Chalobah with Gilmour, Chucky, Gallagher, Reed, James Maatson, with Mountain Vale up front. I'm guessing that's just an entire Cobham 11.
I said in the cup game.
Or 10.
By the way.
In the cup, whatever. I don't care. We're facing City anyway. We're gonna lose.
Lose. You see,
Alex, sorry I missed you, bro. Like we actually need to link up properly tomorrow. My bad.
Lose. You see on the game. Do you believe? Like I think, bro. I've said to you, I think our strikers are not good enough. But bro, before the game, I think I forgot to send it to the GC in it. But before the Leeds game, we created 3 big chances, bro. It's poor, man.
Yep, and like nearly all of them were just against Tottenham.
Exactly.
Except for the Cucurella cross to Sterling against Everton.
Yeah.
At least there was a few more chances now with this game. Yeah. Thank God. About time. But
we've created 7 big chances all season. In the 4 games we've played.
Hey, so we made 4 yesterday. Love that.
Ruben did the
same thing he did against Leeds.
Again. The first is Man City with 17.
The what?
We have 7 big chances created in 4 games.
Man City have the highest, yeah.
Yeah, Man City have the highest with 17.
Hey, at least we got Southampton next.
Yeah. Hopefully, one of Broja starts.
Nice little double for Mason Mount. I'm worried about the midfield though. Yeah. I don't know what we do with the midfield because Kovacic did not look fit at all.
I'm calling it. Chokomeka start.
No, Chokomeka.
No, he'll be on the bench.
Let's be serious. I think he'll go with Jorginho, Ruben,
probably,
and maybe. Well, first of all, Koulibaly's back, so that's a good thing. Koulibaly's back, right? So Koulibaly's back. He might go with still Chalobah or Aspi. The problem is,
Would you play Silva?
it's a quick turn.
No,
That's what I was
no.
about to get onto. It's a very quick turnaround with Thiago Silva. Now we're going into the
Deeper
playing
end
playing
of-
every 3 or 4
yeah.
days now. The Champions League starting, so I don't know if I'd play Thiago Silva because we got West Ham. Has that been announced yet? Even because they had to move
I
the
think
game.
it's got. Apparently, it's a Saturday 2
Well, they
p.m.
had to because they had us playing on
Yeah.
Sunday and then Tuesday.
Yeah, and we're
It's been
traveling.
moved
Yeah.
to Clash of the Castle.
So yeah, Fata said that.
Oh, fat man.
I
You
fucking
missed
hate
the game,
football.
right?
I don't know what I'm doing yet. I really
Oh,
don't
man.
know what I'm doing.
You got to go
Yeah,
to Clash of the Castle, man. We don't know when another big stadium show in the UK is happening.
I know.
Chelsea, West Ham, bro. That happens every season.
Yeah.
Actually,
to
to be
Clash of
honest,
the Castle,
it's
man.
just watching Mountain Habits again, isn't it?
Watch Drew
bro,
Mac-
at least you get to watch.
Declan Rice live.
Hopefully, we watch Jorginho dunk on Rice, man.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah, my only thing is I have to watch it, otherwise what the fuck am I streaming about? Because I'm just
Yeah, bro.
waffling like I even watch the game.
What's the highlight?
There's a place where I can watch a full match replay, right?
around Cardiff. Of course,
I think
Fofana.
Fofana.
Yeah,
bars
and
all around.
No, I mean,
And
is there
so-
like a website where you can do full match replays?
yeah, the Fifth Stand. They always release the full game like a couple hours after.
Okay.
Are we playing at 3 though, or are we playing at 5?
No, they haven't given a time. To be honest, I don't know why they don't just do a Friday night.
It was a
I
TV
think it's
game,
gonna
though.
be. I think it's gonna be broadcasted.
That's what I mean. It was a TV game as well at 2.
Yeah, but
on
this is
Sunday.
the thing. Like the Merseyside derby's the early kickoff. Man City's the late kickoff. I don't get why they don't just do a Friday night.
I think
They might do an actual Saturday. Maybe it might be a night. It might be actually a night game, like a 7:45 or something like that.
7:45 against West Ham.
Just saying. Just saying. They might have to do that.
Home or away?
Oh, it's
It's at home.
isn't it? It's home, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, better than
I mean,
pricks,
that
man.
would at least mean I can watch on the way back.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be
So-
too bad.
We've got 4.
Fucking
We should have.
Zagreb away. We have the
Oh.
biggest agenda against them now.
We should have 6 out of 6 points at home, but fuck Taylor. Innit?
Yeah, fucking
Fofana could
Anthony
play a
Taylor.
part. It depends how fit he is.
Nah, I
So
think
guys-
he'll start on West Ham. I don't think he'll
Yeah,
start.
I think he'll play some part in Southampton, maybe come on as a sub. But
Yeah.
that well, I don't know when we have to. We have to register him
By
by
tomorrow.
tomorrow, right? So we got to register.
Yeah,
him
but
by
I think
tomorrow.
his medical will probably be done.
Yeah,
Because with Cucurella, they talked about his medical being done. Then I think Fabrizio talked about it being ready in the
Cheers.
morning.
I was just thinking of a future light skin centre back partnership. If you know, you know.
Hey, Cole and Fofana, bro, I'm telling you, that's a big boy partnership. Man.
could go 4 at the back again. Keep thinking
If
he's
you
going
know,
to go
you know.
3. Could go 4 at the back again. Just to alleviate, you know.
I think now we also have a lot of pace at the back. So,
Koulibaly, Chalobah, or something like that.
Yeah.
so you could have a high line as well. Because
I just don't want to play Thiago Silva. It's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, he can't play.
and
He
that's the
can't
problem as
play.
well. It's a quick
You
turnaround
say that,
after the
though, but he
West
did
Ham
it so
game.
much last season.
But it's
That's-
also a quick
we had
turnaround
to.
after
We
West
had
Ham.
to,
We've
though.
got to manage him so much before the World Cup. We can't play him. We can't keep on playing him. That's what I mean. Do you play him against West Ham because you've got Zagreb coming up?
Yeah, and I think
Or do you play
Andrew.
him? Do you play him against Southampton? Then don't play him against West Ham. Then he's
Well,
got a full
Champions
week
League this week.
against Zagreb. I don't.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
on
don't know.
Tuesday 5. It's the early one as well.
Yeah, it's Tuesday 5:45 or something.
Andrew, I
like
think you're right. I think Aspie will play because he came on against Leicester and he did well. So I think Tuchel will play him.
that. Yeah,
He'll
And
probably
then-
play Chalobah off the left and Koulibaly in the middle.
yeah. But that's the thing. Do you play him Tuesday? Have him off Saturday? He's got a full week with Zagreb, or do you have him off Southampton? Play him against West Ham. Maybe if we're doing well and winning well, we can afford to take him off. Then you can play him in Zagreb. I just don't know.
I think for Southampton you rest him fully. West Ham, I think you start him, but he's one of the first subs off. And I think
Yeah.
Zagreb, because it's our first UCL game, I think
Yeah.
you play him.
You start Fofana, and then hopefully if we're winning against West Ham, you need Koulibaly centre and bring like Chalobah on or something like that to
Yeah,
replace him.
we got Scott as well, man.
We shouldn't need Thiago Silva though to beat Dinamo Zagreb.
But it's not about that. It's not about. Listen, Champions League, you should be looking to win your first 4 games. right? You win your first 4 games, it's 12 points, then you don't have to worry about the next 2. I know we've got Milan back-to-back, so it may be difficult. But you're looking to start the season, especially this Champions League group, because the games are nearly week after
It's
week.
every week.
What the fuck have I just read?
What is it?
What?
From Get French Football News, Matthias Pogba affirms that
Oh, yeah.
Hurt on Mbappe by a
yeah.
so-called Muslim witch doctor.
It's a whole mess.
It's a tangle.
I heard allegedly that one of Pogba's brothers kidnapped him with a gun.
Oh yeah, that
Kidnapped
came out as well.
Mbappe.
No, him.
Or
that was the thing. They're trying to blackmail him.
I said the maddest thing about this is if you go and speak to people who are Muslim, which Pogba also is, this is illegal in terms of in Islam.
Is this even real?
I think it is, but I think from everything that Paul Pogba's side is saying is his brother Matthias is being blackmailed into doing this.
I don't know what's going on in French football or something. Remember a year ago when someone released like loads of stories?
Yeah, Melina, yeah.
It was like, what the fuck?
What?
It's like a soap opera, man.
I heard a story that one of Pogba's brothers has so much dirt on Pogba that he's going to release it one day. Apparently,
that's the brother that's come out.
Yeah,
yeah.
Literally, the first thing that's been said, everything he's just said about the witch doctor is not true, because if it is true, then Pogba's going against everything that he believes in terms of his religion.
He's devout.
He's a devout Muslim, and it's not illegals are like the wrong word, but in terms of in Muslim culture, it's not allowed. It's like,
yeah, I don't know what the term would be. Maybe let's say Catholic. I'm not Catholic, but I was raised it, so it'd be a sin. You know what I mean? It'd be like a proper, against their religion, essentially, like that. You've gone against the laws of their religion, something like that. So it's one of those. It's like, but I would read it all before, even if you choose to discuss it, maybe not really discuss it on the stream. Do you know what I mean? I would leave it alone. Although Mark Goldbush's tweet was very good when it came out. He goes, "Oh, this Pogba story. Thank God he's not United anymore, so we don't have to deal with this as a team."
Hey, Cameron's taking the piss, bro.
Fault. You're thinking of
Hey,
how
Lewis, check the comments, bro.
United.
Check the what?
Bring up Cameron's comments, bro.
What's Cameron said?
This guy's killing me.
I'm confused. C1 sounds like if Poku's balls dropped. Oh my god.
Poku's got a deep voice, man. Poku's got a deep voice.
What have I missed anyway? What are you guys spoken about?
Oh, we were just talking about the Chelsea game. What was your thoughts?
I don't know where to start. Like, it's weird because, like, I should on one hand be very happy because, we got 3 points. Sterling's got his first 2 goals and we did it with 10 men. So, like, you look at it that way and it's good. It's just, it's annoying because it's like some of the same things that I said would happen, by the way. Everything that's happened with Gallagher, I said would happen and people chose not to believe me. Yep.
The
same thing with the Chuckle brothers up front is still happening, and I said it would happen, and it's still happening.
Yeah,
like it's just annoying because it's like, on the one hand, I want to be
relaxed, bro.
I want to be really happy and positive about like we won and Sterling scored his first 2 goals, and the second one, by the way, there is no one else in our team that's scoring that second goal.
Exactly.
No one else in our team.
Tell him again. Oh, tapping!
No one else in our team is scoring that second goal because no one else in our team has the wherewithal, apart from maybe Pulisic. No one else has the wherewithal to be at the back post to tap that in.
But that is, I like that. I love that goal because that's what people have a simplistic view of all that Sterling can do.
Post, man.
I love tapping goals.
I love him as well. I can't remember when we've had tapping goals.
Yeah, exactly. A proper team goal.
Yeah,
I can't remember who said it. It was either someone on a stream or it was a football or something. I don't care whether it comes off your back, arse, leg, shin, knee, head. A goal's a goal.
Yeah, I like some of this fan base where they go, yeah, but he only scores tapping goals. Bro, have you seen us the last 5 years?
What did the other people do?
What are you talking about? I'd love him to get 25 tap-ins.
The reason he scores so many tap-ins is because City create chances where he gets tap-ins. He's not having to smash it from 50 yards to score.
By the way, go back in our history. All our greats have scored tap-ins, by the way. So I'm just saying.
So,
you know.
so
Correct me if
Scott,
I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Wasn't Lampard's record-breaking goal a tap-in? Or am I wrong with that?
It was a great move, but he was in front of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's a
So it
good
was like
play.
chip to Hazard who turned it back. Or was it? Oh, I
I,
can't remember.
I
I think it was
couldn't
a
honestly
1-2 with
it might
Hazard.
be good.
Yeah. Once if Hazard cut it back and
But-
and he was in front of the goalkeeper. It wasn't like it was a tap in, so to speak. But you know,
Yeah, Scott. Speaking of the Chaco Brothers,
Bro,
Je-
these guys
Je-
are shit,
Jesus
and,
Christ.
they're just shit, and I'm tired. I saw Andrew's tweets on this. I'm tired of just the same excuses being used of, but
Hey,
they
but
work
Havertz
hard.
ran around and had good work rate
I
and was a
don't
shit house.
care. I'm sorry, but I don't want to hit it's hard for me to care about people working hard when I grew up watching players like Drogba, whether it was from watching them
Anelka.
live, watching comps, and not even just these guys, of players like Kaká, Ronaldo, R9, Ronaldinho, like even
Hudson
Neymar
Odoi.
when he gave a shit. Like it's
Fair, man.
hard caring about these players that just work hard when I'm used to seeing this level of. I watched Eden Hazard at this football club, and I'm hearing players about working hard. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I
Eden
couldn't give a
Hazard
shit.
with
I don't
38
care if-
GNA in his first season. And
I'll
yet
be
we call
real,
Mount and Havertz generational.
I don't care if a player wants to play like Ozil if he's going to be lazy on the football pitch. If once he gets the ball, he's magic with it. I don't care because Hazard was lazy. Like people forget this about Hazard, especially towards the end. He was hella lazy off the ball.
never track back.
No, he was hella lazy. No one cared.
exactly.
Bro,
Exactly.
all my life, Lewis, if
Appreciate
you can get.
I want to watch these attackers and be filled with confidence. And again, you tweeted Lewis, or you retweeted someone saying this, nothing about Havertz the way he plays fills me with confidence. It was a nice little bit of play for the second goal, but nothing he does fills me with confidence.
No, but
Same with
even
Mount.
then, the second goal was so overrated. It was the bare minimum 5-yard pass to Reece James before he whipped across it.
Bro, like, come
This
on,
is
man.
how low the standards are with Havertz. It's like,
It is.
hey, did you see his build up for the second goal? What did he do that made me say, wow?
So two.
Bro,
two-
it's a
two-
simple
I thought
pass,
he
bro.
stood up for the chance where Sterling at the post was good.
That's
two
the only
things-
piece of play
two
we
things.
did
I need to
decent.
rewatch that.
Two things.
That was
two
that was
things.
quite nice. That was quite nice. That one, but
I
it's
just
just
want to say two things. I don't count pre-assists. I just don't. I don't care about them. It's a lazy stat someone brought up. I don't really care. Second of all, I don't care how much I don't care this. Oh, he's won 9.5. I don't care. What does the scoreline say? If we're not winning, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I don't care if you run the length of the London Marathon twice in 2 games. I honestly don't care.
it's the same. It's the
just
same
don't
thing I had
care.
about people talked about how little we ran against Leeds. I don't. It's not that they ran more. It's the fact they won the 50-50s. It's
Yeah.
the fact that they were just better in the transitions. They were better in terms of the footballing aspects. Not that they ran more. People don't understand. You're going to run more if you don't have. If you have less of the ball, you're going to run more.
Yeah, you're chasing after it. Yeah.
Because you're chasing after it.
Yeah.
It's
I'd love
just
to
Yeah,
see
I think-
Pep's. I'd love to see Pep's Barcelona side in terms of
For me,
KG like that. I'm sure it's pretty high, but I bet it's not high as the people that were running after them.
Yeah.
for me,
After the
I just want to enjoy watching our attack, man. I haven't enjoyed watching our attack for years. The last time was probably under Sarri when Hudson Odoi was breaking through, and you had Hazard in that. That's probably
I'll be
the
real
last
though. Most of the only main thing about Sarri's attack I was fun watching was Hazard. Right,
Yeah.
watching that live.
Cho's breakout season, though. Come on, that was lit.
No,
Hazard had a free.
Cho was
Hazard had-
decent when he came on. Cho was
Hazard had a
decent when he
free
came
role,
on.
didn't
But
he?
yeah,
Hazard
but
was
it was
just
just
playing
Hazard.
on vibes. Hazard
Oh
was
yeah,
Andrew's
on
Scott.
vibes, that's it.
Scott,
That
one
was
thing.
boring.
Scott, one thing before you go, yeah.
It's on
All,
vibes.
all the people that were advocating for a Rice, Mount, and Connor midfield 3, respectfully,
God.
you deserve a certain level of pain in your life.
They deserve championship football.
And
They-
not
this-
a low
this-
level.
Bro, but this is it, and I kind of wanted more people to be on. I thought you were streaming because I wanted to kind of plead this to people. Please raise your standards. Please. I'm not even asking for doing what Cicada does, where he goes and tries to talk me into Neymar and shit. No, just
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
Go after players that make sense. Stop with this. Oh, I want Rice in this midfield nonsense when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Stop with this forcing Conor Gallagher into this team when he clearly does not fit this way we want to play. If you want Gallagher in this team, Tuchel needs to leave because they don't coexist. Gallagher
Very
can't
true.
fit this system.
Gilmour.
Like Gilmour does, that's fair, and I want him to be given a chance. I don't know why he hasn't, but just raise the standards a little bit. As I said, I'm not even asking for your Neymars and Mbappes, that level of player, but raise
when
it.
some-
With
but when
not,
someone says
Gallagher's not a
Zaha,
bad player, though. He's not a bad
no,
player.
he is.
He's
Like,
not.
okay, no, he's not. He's not a dreadful player because I've said it. Like most players aren't, but he doesn't. He's dreadful in the terms of he doesn't fit the system in any way. There's nothing about the way he plays that suits the way we want to play. We've played 2 games. I understand it's only 2 games. We played a game where we played a team that pressed really high, and I only watched really this first half of Leicester, but it didn't look like they pressed us that much. It looked mostly like they wanted to sit off us. So he's played 2 varying levels of styles he's going to come up against, and was terrible for the most part in both of them.
Yeah, we were very lucky. Leicester chose to go the Tottenham route, I think, and not really and matching us really in midfield, not trying to overrun us. We're very lucky about that because if it'd been another team, they would have overrun us. But you're right. We're already trying to fit an 8 into this side. Like I said before, we're trying to fit an 8 into the side, and it's not working. Trying to fit another 8 is just not working as well. You're down literally 9 men then.
I just think,
I've realised this as well. Get you go ahead then. I'll say my point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just think this whole midfield needs like revamping in it. Like I just think it's very stale.
I kind of agree with that. I would say again, realizing from just kind of thinking about it, so much of our problems in terms of with these players, and I get it because they're young, comes from the mental side. Like if some of these players like Havertz or Mount or Gallagher were able to raise the mental side, like the decision making, the reaction time, the anticipation, the composure, they'd be so much better. They don't even need to raise their actual like technical ability. Just raise the mental side of it, and they'd be so much better.
I think they showed. I don't know, Scott. I said it before he came on. I think there was good signs yesterday that they were able to. They didn't let something adverse that happened to them affect them like it did Leeds. I said it would have been interesting though if Leicester had scored first, what the reaction would have been.
Oh, this is the thing. Like when everyone says mentality, I think there is a mentality, but I think again, it not necessarily comes down to like dropping their heads when a goal goes in. I think it's down to like the stuff I mentioned, like decision making, the reaction time. There was a moment, I can't remember, it was in the first half, where we had a counter attack. I think Sterling got the ball and he drives forward and he looks around. He's waiting for people to like come up with the attack. Yeah. Everyone's 2 seconds behind him.
Yeah,
he's used to people being on it as soon as they like, but everyone's 2 seconds behind him. No one reacts, so he has to stop, turn, and pass it sideways because no one else around him reacts to build the attack.
Yeah,
like all of our problems seem, well, not all of them, but a lot of our problems seem to be just from the mental side of the players. They don't react. There's no composure when they have the ball. There's no composure when they don't have the ball. There's no anticipation of where things are going to be. Like I said with the Sterling goal, he's scoring that because he's the only one in our team anticipating that turn back post.
Yeah, and Reece knows it as well now. Reece knows it as well that he's not going to get his assist. His assists are probably going to go up even more now because they've got somebody who's competent, who can actually think about where to go at the back post instead of just like running towards the person who's crossing it or running, stuff like that. But Jess is here. Let's let him talk.
Yes,
Sorry,
Jess. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I was in the shower, so I brought some clean takes. So that joke. Yeah, no. Look, I hear all the mentality stuff. I think it just comes down to Conor and Mason Mount just not being good enough to start for Chelsea Football Club. And in the end, it's fine. Doesn't mean you're a bad player. Doesn't mean you suck. I just don't think that they're on the level that you should be expecting from Chelsea Football Club. You just don't.
Yeah,
and again, it's fine.
Yeah.
The best we have this idea that if you've come through Cobham, that you should be able to play for Chelsea and be on the level as all the world-class athletes out there playing football in all the different countries and all these different teams. No. Yeah. You tell me which big teams out there fill their squads with academy players. The answer is none.
What big team has good academies?
There's 2, and it's the 2 that I will maintain that are the best in the world.
Which
Ajax.
two?
Barcelona and Ajax.
Yeah.
So Barcelona did not go out and spend a ton of money on
Oh no,
talent
they did.
outside.
My point is they do fill some of their squad like pieces with academy players like Alejandro Balde, like Fati, like Gavi, like obviously
Arujo.
Nico until this season he got loaned out, but players like that. But again, that's because for me, La Masia is the best academy in the world.
Yeah.
Not right now. Not right now.
No,
Yeah,
it
but
is.
also,
Not right
also
now.
they don't try. Listen, they
Chelsea
don't drop them in all at once. They may appear like a year after year or something like that, but they're used to that sort of thing. That's what they've done. They did it with. I remember when they introduced Busquets and Pedro at the same time around 2008-9. They introduced them. They introduced Xavi once and then Iniesta afterwards. What we're saying here is that Cobham is a great youth development program. Okay,
Facts.
that's what it is. It's a program. Okay, it sets up the guys for a career in and out of football because not all of them are going to be footballers. It gives them an education. It helps set them up. Now, once in a while should we get a diamond out of it? And I think we have with Reece James, an absolute diamond.
And
Mount, maybe,
Nope.
maybe Mount. It's
Nope.
on the flip.
on the fence. On the fence.
Actually, do you know what? Sorry. Christensen after John Terry. Christian is the next successful graduate of Cobham, and people forget that.
Nope.
Well, but Reece is an actual one where I can actually put the word and use it in its context. I think he will be what people think generational talents are. I think he will be that. He's our star. He's our star. How long he stays here, I don't know. But he's
Andrew,
our star.
I can put it one better than that. Reece James is the okay. I'm not including. I don't know if I include Christensen because how much did he come through in terms of Cobham? Because I know he was at Brøndby before.
15. He joined when he was 15.
Okay, those two are the only world class players that have come through Cobham that I can genuinely think of.
Yeah.
The only two.
If you apply context, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no.
Well, if you apply logic, yes.
Okay.
If you apply context,
Let's explore this. Who else, Pokidoki, would you say is world class that's come from?
Well, no one's world class, but like you can't say Mason Mount can't be world class. Come on.
Yes, I can.
There's right now, based on where I think his trajectory is going, yes, I can because there's nothing about the way he plays. No, I'm basing it off what I'm seeing right now, and I'm trying to look at where his trajectory might go. I've seen 3 years of Mason Mount, and to me, I watched him when he was at Vitesse for a bit. He seems to have regressed. Go and watch him when he was at Vitesse. His set piece delivery, number one, was miles better than it is now. Miles better. The way he played, he looked like he played with freedom. He looked like he had this kind of, the way I've seen people speak about it is like kind of raw talent that could be molded. Now it just looks like it's a Bruno regen. It just looks like there's loads of work right there, but there's no real polish to anything that he does. And I understand, he's kind of young, but what's he like, 23?
23 now. So he doesn't get the youth.
That's 3 years. That's 3 years where I feel as though there has been maybe some, but not a lot of improvement in his game.
I don't know if anyone thinks like this. I think.
Oh fuck!
I think he's been overplayed.
Sorry, I didn't even see you there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Also, by the way,
I think he's been overplayed. Just what Arsenal now experience with Saka. If you look at Saka, he has been overplayed. You can see it right now.
He's on decline as well.
He's on the decline, and I think Mount's been overplayed.
Am I the only one?
Can I ask you guys a question?
Well, you just did.
Well, let me ask you another one. So, who's the best English talent right now? Let's say under 23.
Reece James.
Reece James.
Ooh. I'd throw Bellingham.
Depends. It depends what position.
He's saying overall.
I'd say
but that's a useless.
I'd say again, yeah, it's kind of a bit because everyone kind of depends on their position, but I'd say probably either James or Bellingham.
Light scope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't really get that.
It's like asking who is the best.
Rodrigo, I think your internet's a bit off.
This is the best number 10 of all time.
No Foden. No Foden.
No, not Foden. Foden could be. It's just he's too inconsistent at the moment.
Can I ask Alex a question?
step overs is not the quality or the quality you check in on the player. For me, it's different. For me, it's not the flashiness. It's the simple things. If the player young age does the simple things simple, that's the big part.
Mhm.
If you're doing too much, you will see what. For me, Foden is doing too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Trent down simple. Trent Alexander is actually and Reece James are the two that actually do the simple things. We're not trying to be flashy. We're trying to do what the coach told them to do. If you like, just look at the Trent Alexander. Do you see him pivoting from the position or from any other things that he does? Does he, like how you say it? Does he divert from the instructions? You don't
So
see him. He just does what the manager tells him to do.
Yeah, I mean,
So for me,
does-
Trent and James.
Yeah.
Can I, Alex,
yeah.
can I ask Alex a question?
For
No,
me,
No, it's regarding the
the
Russian
re-
player. Can we talk about actual players that we link?
well,
No, anything
Go
about
on,
this?
go on.
I didn't hear nothing from the guy, anything. Everybody's quiet.
Oh, my mic is. Do you know anything about the Russian player that we link with?
Yeah, there's nothing there concrete. The only thing is, last game, the home game, everybody's saying like, is he saying goodbye because the way he was waving his hands is like Arsenal with what's the guy's name that was linked in January transfer window.
Fofana.
What?
Aubameyang?
No. That guy from went to Juventus.
Vlahovic.
Remember what Vlahovic did? Like kind of like waved the hands or didn't. Same thing that happened with that Russian kid because the way they at the end of the game, like he was, like people are interrupting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I try to look at his body expressions and stuff. So.
I heard the deal's pretty much done, but he has to get like a visa or something. That's what I heard.
Well, he look. If everybody knows, FIFA has placed restrictions on business with Russia.
Yeah.
Okay, we all know why. We don't need to discuss it.
The deals
That's
have
why
been
they've
done.
asked him to change his nationality so they can get him
It's
out.
not true. I looked it up. There is the deal's been done. There's a couple of players left Russia and went and play in the European League.
Were they Russian?
Yeah, they played for the
They
Russian national team.
And it might be. Was that European teams or English teams?
Yeah, okay, it could be because
European teams, not the English.
Okay, because
Right.
I think English has. Okay, it
Yeah,
might be
it
the FA then saying no.
Yeah, it might be a British government thing, something like that. Definitely.
It could be more British government, not the
Yeah.
FA, because
Yeah.
the British government is the ones that
But what do
issue
you
those
guys
things.
think? Do you think he brings in something that we don't have? I mean, from the clip. I know.
Creativity.
Tough question. From the clips.
I've never
Look-
seen
I'd
him play.
say I've never seen him play. All I've seen, all I've seen is the comps, and yeah, they look good. Like he looks good, and again, he looks creative, but it's comps, and there's only so much you can
I
take from.
will say one thing though. So there's a list of top players under 20, so like top 50, and he's ranked 11.
I'm not gonna lie to you; those lists are full of shit.
No, but that's
Actually,
FIFA. That's FIFA.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
no, I know, but like they are not always correct. It's looking at where he could be. It's looking at potential, and it's massively variable.
If we sign him, I don't think he goes to Cobham because he's been playing.
No,
like
That's,
every season.
that's
I'd
the
say, or did you say he doesn't go? Because I was gonna say
I
I
don't
don't
think he
think
goes.
goes.
I think he goes out on loan back to his club.
Oh,
or
I think-
No,
something,
the
'cause
season is over.
He's played three. This is his third
I was
straight
gonna say
season
no.
now.
I
and
think
it's
he comes
his
into
first
first.
game.
I'll be real. I think
No,
he comes
this
into
is-
first.
Yeah, that's what I might figure because I think he played the 3 seasons under
That's what I mean. Yeah,
on the first team
Yeah.
under the first
Yeah.
team.
that's what I
That's
mean.
not a youth.
It's not a youth. It's not like that. The Inter Milan midfield. It's not like
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like that. It's like It's
What's his name?
Zakitarian.
I found him.
Zakitarian. Well, you say the way we want to say it. I know how
No,
to
you
say it.
say how it's supposed to be said,
Zakitarian.
Alec. There we go. That's how it should be said.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'm
okay,
sure
I'm
Chelsea
gonna have
will
to
call
buy
him-
a vowel
Chelsea
or
call him
something.
Steve or something. Chelsea fans call him Steve or something.
My mouth don't
It's
work
the
that
same
way.
nationality as Kardashian.
Armenian.
Oh,
Armenian.
Yeah, Kardashian.
That's
Same
sad
as
we know
the
that,
same as
Well.
the Matt nose look-alike.
Just call
Oh
him
my
Zach.
God.
Simple, Zach.
Good Lord.
No,
But-
no. Matt's Australian. His nose is
Mkhitaryan.
That's what it is, Alex. His nose is Armenian.
What about Ismail Sarr as another
He's,
potential?
no.
No. I don't
He can go
believe
to
that for a
Everton.
second.
Big up Neil, my guy.
Big up, Neil, mate.
What about?
Actually, I'll
what
send you
about,
the link if you're about, bro.
I didn't
Let's get
think you're
that
gonna
voice.
stream today.
I didn't.
What
I
I was
wasn't
ashamed-
expecting
I'm
it.
ashamed
on a
of
side
you,
note
Lewis,
as well,
This is just because I
on-
came back from Carnival
I'm
early,
ashamed
so
of
I
you,
thought,
Lewis,
fuck
man.
it, let me go live.
You should be like drunk somewhere, leaning.
Bro,
You know,
I
you
was
know.
drunk yesterday. Today's the hangover day, and
What, you can
tomorrow
only do
I'm
it. You
going
can only do
hard.
it for one day, man. You guys, this new
Yeah.
generation, you suck.
I've
Oh my God.
let myself go
You suck,
since
man.
uni, man.
I will-
Allow me.
Oh.
By the way, on the Russian
Lightweight.
player, I just wanted to check, and I was right on this. He's been capped at senior level for Russia as well. This
Yeah.
guy's
I did
either
read
coming,
that. Yeah.
he's either coming in to go out on loan or he's coming in to be part of the first team. Like
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not putting him in the youth team.
Yeah. He's
I also heard that people are saying he's very similar to a young KDB.
stop looking at the
Right.
tweet, man, and don't ruin the guy before he even
No,
shows up.
I'm just saying. That's what people are saying.
By
Yeah,
the way,
but that puts the expectation on him to be like that, and just let him develop. It's the same nonsense we heard about Mount. Just fucking let the boy
get
develop,
the guy.
man.
Yeah, exactly. Let him be who he is.
They'd be the first Zacharias.
Russian.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So did anybody else read that we put a bid in for Zaha?
I thought we were
Really?
interested. I didn't think we put a bid in. I thought we were just seeing how it all.
By the way, I was crawling under my house trying to get Ethernet cable to my computer. Check. Oh fuck! I was like, check this out, and the phone is already got turned off.
What is
I was
it?
gonna show you my speed.
Oh, your internet speed.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
baby.
download speed could be a bit
Nice.
more, but the download speed is a madness.
What do you guys think of this hybrid back three, back four? If we had competent
It looks
midfielders,
alright,
it
but
would
there's
have
still
worked.
fuck all
I
at
think we
once.
played
Wait a
really
minute.
well
Wait a
in
minute.
the
When did we
first
play a hybrid back three, back four?
Yeah,
did
well,
when-
that 4-2-2-2.
under certain-
Oh.
under specific when we
No, they're
attack,
talking about the last game.
we did couple
Yeah,
of
was it
times.
4-2-2 in the first half?
Yeah,
It was a back four, and then we
Oh,
switched
so
to a
it was
back
a back.
three.
It was a back four in the first half. I don't know.
yeah,
about
it
the
was a
second
back four. Then we stayed. Then we in the certain areas certain situation we stayed three conservative at the back with what's his name with Cucurella stayed back, and then Cucurella pushed forward, and we became back two.
Hey, Lewis, bring up EE's comment for last.
One sec.
You
Cameron
shut up,
says
you fool.
to progress- One sec. Cameron says to progress, we need to play a four at the back. James is our
Nope.
best attacking player. He gets put centre back and still get forward, and that's saying something. James is our only creative focal point in a five. If we play him in a four, then we
Cucurella.
People need to understand this.
Yeah,
Us
him
playing
and
four at the
Cooper.
back doesn't change anything. I don't understand
Oh
this.
yeah,
this
I also want to say
necessity.
something.
This necessity for us to play four at the back, like it doesn't change anything. What are you going to do? Put an extra midfielder in? Oh wait, we don't have one. What are you going to do? Put an extra attacker in? Oh wait, they're all fucking shit. Like, what's this
Exactly.
necessity? Like, also as well, people don't seem to get this. I've explained this on the streams before. The whole point of managers like Tuchel, Pep, Ten Hag as well, like those managers, is to end up in attack with a formation of a 3-2-5. However you start doesn't matter. You end up with a 3-2-5. So if you look at City, for example, I use them as the easiest. You have the three being the two centre backs and Rodri. You have the two in midfield being one of the fullbacks when they invert and one of the midfielders, and then the front five is the other fullback, the other midfielder, and the three attackers. For us, it just happens to be the two wing backs and the three forwards. If we go back to a back four, we either then have to use one of the fullbacks, which is either Cucurella or James, to invert, which takes away some of the best bits about them attacking and being a creative outlet in the final third, or we end up with the same thing we've got now, where our front five is the two fullbacks and the three attackers. It's the same thing.
Scott,
So
it is. It's a trending thing right now. It's a trending thing, trending system to be five at the back. The question is, between City, Chelsea, any other teams that play in that in that preferred situation where you have 3-2-5, how many are actually in the box from Chelsea?
Oh yeah, that's an issue. Yeah, that is an issue. I can't lie, that's an issue. But again, I think that just comes down to the fact that two of our attackers don't know where the hell to position themselves.
But
Two of these attackers don't know where on earth they need to be, and that's an issue. Like again, look at where Sterling appears in the box more often than not. He gets in the box most of any attackers because he's used to it, because he understands that's where he needs to be to score the goals and to get involved in the action, not be on the edge of the box all the time.
The thing is, yeah, Jester, you were gonna say something.
No, well, also it's the three you throw out there. Mount and Havertz, I've said this for a year now, cannot play together. They're the exact same player. They drop it. They want to take up the same positions, and they don't complement each other at all.
Jester, just before you go on the rest of that point, I want to add one other thing. I'll go one further. We're never going to win a title with those two in our starting 11.
No, I've said that as well. I agree.
I will
100%.
challenge you and raise you one. We will never win the Premier League with those pivot players that we have.
Facts.
Oh, okay, well, we were talking about attack. We can slander them in a minute.
We can move on to the pivot later, but in terms of the attack,
I never miss
if we're starting down and Havertz, we're not winning the Premier League. It's not happening.
Yeah, you have to play. You have to play Havertz or Mount. You can't play them both.
I actually think there is a bigger chance of us winning with those two up front than those two in the middle.
Well, look, they are talking about Anthony Gordon, Zaha, Aubameyang, and even Rafael Leao still. That's four attacking. They're talking about four attacking positions.
And in Kunku next year.
Do you? Can I ask everybody a question? Do you think there is a bit of how you say it? Like Tuchel doesn't feel the X above his neck with the new management, and he think like the Mount maybe is not as big as Mount was under Abramovich.
I'll tell you right now, he wouldn't have never said these comments last season. Never. I'm telling you right now.
No, he wouldn't.
What did he say?
That's what I'm saying.
What did he say?
His comments about the attackers.
Remember pre-season after we
okay,
lost Arsenal?
yeah,
What
same
do you expect?
attackers. Yeah, okay.
What do you expect? I've got the same fucking play. We didn't say the F word.
He wanted to,
the same
though.
fucking players.
Because it's similar to what he was saying when he was at PSG when he wanted a centre back. It's similar sort of things, and that's what got him sacked.
Well,
he's not going to get. Bowley will not sack him. He is not that. He's not going to take over a team with a manager that's won the Champions League and go, I don't like the way he speaks. I'm gonna axe him.
Yeah.
He's not going to do that. He's going to give him what.
And I was saying, unless we have an absolutely catastrophic season, I'd say he's got at least a year or two minimum before we even think about.
I think the only reason he will get fired if we get DOA and he butt his heads with DOA.
My DOF.
Not dead on arrival.
Dead on arrival. Yeah. Hey, we're not talking about what you do for a living.
Alex is bringing his work life into the stream now.
Yeah. Again, he's going to get an extension. I put this tweet out.
Don't bring work to home.
And nobody could really answer me. Who would you replace Tuchel with that could do what he's done in such a short period of time? Give me names.
I'll say my first choice is now already a manager in the Premier League, so can't choose him anymore.
my is probably that Spanish national team.
Oh, fuck off! Jesus Christ!
Hang on, was that to who was on the screen? Sorry, was that to who was on the screen or Alex's suggestion? I couldn't quite work out.
No, I didn't.
No, it was Lampard.
I know my replacement. Bring the Dom back in his 20-pack of ciggies. Let's go.
No.
Yeah, and his
freaking. I don't want sorry ball at the booth again, man. No.
I heard
Neil, can we all have a moment of silence for Neil's team, please?
This has been. To be fair, that's the best we've played all season. That's the best we've played in a while, to be honest. We've been shocking for a long period of time.
It's the best we give you to play. It's the best we give you to play. So you will remember that next
and we
time.
Still couldn't do anything.
If Vardy wasn't so bad, you probably could have got a result.
No, well, I think it's...
Yeah, we were nearly. The thing is, we were nearly there. I don't know what.
Take care, Rodrigo.
I don't actually know what happened. I don't actually know what happened in terms of the second. But the thing is, you think, right? If it's in terms of your... When the other team goes out to 10 men, you're thinking, right, go at them, have an opportunity. until we went 2-0 down. Then we started to play. And what mentality is that? Do you know what I mean? We didn't actually play, and it pretty much looked like 11v11, even after Gallagher was sent off in that first half. And I'm like,
we had 65% of the possession in the first half.
But you did nothing with it, and neither did we. Because you have the ball, we're shit. No, you have the ball, it's to me, to you, to me, to you. That's all it was, football, for the first 45 minutes, really. And Gallagher getting sent off really was nothing.
We have excuses.
The funny part is then Chelsea fans saying that we're a possession-based team because we had 65%. And everybody thinks that we... Like, are we still?
But it was what you did with the possession, and nothing happened. It just stayed around the midfield.
Exactly.
It just went it went neither real final third. Just kind of they gave it away, then we gave it away. Then there's a tackle, then a yellow card, then you gave it away, then you get it away. Then there's a red card, and there's another yellow card, and that's pretty much what it was for the first half.
Which is so weird, right? Because your keeper had a nightmare against Arsenal, right? He literally had, and he made a couple of good. No, he had a mixture of a game, right? He had a mixture of a game.
Yeah,
it's like they don't even. It's like, let's try this goalkeeper out. He's newish to the league, you know what I mean? He wants to impress. He's a bit like Gallagher in midfield. He wants to over-impress, stuff like that. Let's try him out. And it's not even that. It's not even anyone to go, let's just smash this in and see what happens. Something like that, old school. It's no, let's be a bit timid and get in the box, try and do this Arsenal disease thing where you take an extra touch and it goes to nothing and pulls to shit. And then you go, you pass it back because you're too much of a coward attacking. You know what I mean?
See, maybe you can tell us thank you for raising the price on Tillmans if he joins United, because we made them look world class.
No, Tillmans was decent in that game though, but also
we made them look decent.
Yeah, but he is, and also he was. That's not his position. He was. If you remember, took Samori off. He's playing CDM. You should have got at him. And also, Kai Havertz is so bad. Like, Daniel Amate is a shit defender, right? And we take the piss, but he's a shit defender. There was one time where the ball, Daniel Amate lost it. Kai Havertz gets the ball and goes, "Now I'm just going to fall over." And then I was like, "Oh, this is so bad." Look at yours. Like, I text Lewis about. Sorry,
just on the floor. That's all he spent the game doing, just trying to fucking get a foul just by dropping to the floor at the first point of contact.
Well, I just don't get what he brings. I just don't understand.
I think he wanted to make 11 played field, 10 versus 10.
Neil, I'll tell you what he brings. He brings a first touch and quote-unquote silkiness.
That first touch needs to come up for debate as well, because some of the touches I saw yesterday.
I thought he played better when Mount was off the pitch.
He did play better when Mount was off the pitch.
We played as a team better when Mount came off the pitch.
Yeah.
So
that's because he's. Don't tell Johnny. Don't tell Johnny.
We played as a team when Mason Mount was off the pitch.
Because he's average.
That doesn't really mean much, though.
No, it does, because he's average.
Yeah, look, Havertz likes to drop in that space. Like the goal that deflected off your keeper's foot and hit the post by Sterling. Kai Havertz started all that.
Deflected. He saved it.
He saved it. It was saved onto the post.
Yeah, it was deflected off the keeper, which is a save.
Okay.
I don't.
I thought, no, when you say the word deflection means that
it's like he had nothing to do with it.
Well, he kind of put his.
It's like it bounced off his arse and hit the post.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I didn't use the right semantics everyone wants to use, but Kai Havertz started that.
That's how I hear deflected. If it's deflected in, it's just somebody's just standing there and it whacks him in the head.
Well,
yeah, he didn't know about it.
Yeah,
but Havertz built that play up and got the ball out to Cucurella. If you give him space,
Cucurella was decent in the game. I thought Reece James there's a lot of hype around him. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he had that great a game for large. I think James Justin kept him quite quiet for large. It was a good battle on that side, but I think there's a lot of hype.
James has a short temper. James has a short temper, and the guy was getting under his skin. And I know the minute the guy is gonna get under James' skin, he's gonna get the yellow. And when James is get the yellow, there is a high chance that he was gonna get another yellow. James, players will start to learn that, and they will learn real quick. If you get under the James nerves quick, he's really short-tempered. He will make it. You just remember that. And James is big on personal thing. Like he will get personal quick.
I don't know, man.
That
because I've seen him get a yellow card at the Bernabeu in the first half and then play outstanding.
Yeah, like,
So
yeah,
I
but
don't
nobody
think- I don't
got
think
to
that-
him. Nobody gets to him like
Yeah,
Leeds
but no,
did.
but they-
Leeds
no,
player
but
did.
They don't have to get to him just by winding him up. They can
Leicester.
get to him by outplaying him. And I don't think that. I think James doesn't have that. I don't see James doing that.
Oh, you'll see. You'll see.
I also
You know
think-
what? I don't think I'll see because it won't happen. That's
Okay.
why.
I think
Okay.
Cucurella was decent for you guys as well, but the midfield again with Gallagher gone, carved. I didn't get the understanding of playing Jorginho and obviously coming into the game, looking at the formation. I was like, I don't quite understand what he was doing with that midfield. Like for you guys, looking at that
Gallagher
one,
is the Kante replacement, which is like
He's not though.
I mean, look, it's not working.
Not for
I don't want
not
to. I don't
for
want to. I don't
two.
want to talk about it because I'm gonna cuss people out. He's young. Do not put the freaking pressure on that young kid right now.
it's not
If you
completely
want to
fun.
talk about shit that plays beside him. I actually said that I want to take pictures of the every moment that in the midfield I ran out of freaking thing. You know what? I was like, I can't. I'm not watching the game. I'm just watching micromanage that freak in the middle. I can't just take every time he does something stupid. I have to press the picture button on a specific moment because it was
I didn't
so
think
bad.
Jorginho was that bad yesterday.
Exactly.
He wasn't. But again, this if you have to
He
do that, someone
wasn't?
tweeted this out. If
He
you have
wasn't-
to
he
do
wasn't
that,
good.
by the way,
No.
if you have to, I'm sorry, if you have to micromanage by every frame something a guy does wrong, that's just a gender at that point, and it's just you're looking for things to pick on.
No.
Jorginho wasn't great yesterday.
Look,
We're sorry, we're talking about the midfield, and we're picking out Jorginho as the one we're going after. That's what I'm hearing.
well, look.
The guy got
Here's
sent
the
off in
here's the verdict
45
on Conor
minutes.
Gallagher. He
We're
needs to be
not gonna
used
talk
in the
about
Zaha
dude. We're
deal.
not going to talk about the dude who is decision making is in the negatives. Like he's got minus IQ when it comes to decision making, and has
What's the
shown
sheet?
fuck all since. Apart from a club friendly against Club America, has shown fuck all as to why he should be playing as football club.
Who, Gallagher?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm tired.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I think that midfielder you have for Leicester.
I'm not
needs to be hooked.
disagreeing with you on that. Gallagher should not be playing there, or at least
He
not
shouldn't
be
be playing. Period.
I say you shouldn't be playing this
Well,
team.
period is what? No,
That's a bit harsh.
period.
Where were
He
you going to
doesn't-
play him in the formations
he's a-
we play? Where is he playing? We don't play with 8 in almost any formation we play.
Okay.
When Gallagher
Where else
won,
we using AIDS?
when Gallagher won the under 17 World Cup, he plays a left wing back.
Pokudoku,
Oh,
you're not
shut
helping
up,
the
man.
case under
World
17,
Cup.
man.
Shut up, man.
You're not
Jesus
helping
Christ.
with the under 17.
Under 17.
If he wants
this is,
to be a player at the Chelsea Football Club, he needs to take the
this is under
responsibility.
17 thinking at the moment.
I
You know
think-
what I mean? Jesus.
It's not the Gallagher I know. Even in this position, I know it's not his position, but he is trying to not make a mistakes, and you can see it. You
Trying
can
too
see
hard.
that he's trying too hard. I can actually see it in him. If you don't think that he is who you think he should be playing over there, everybody like people saying, what's his name? What's his name? Fucking
Ampadu?
no, the other one defender,
I don't know.
Aspilicueta. Everybody who said that Aspilicueta signed the contract extension. When he came on, we actually start to play better. When
Well, we moved
Aspilicueta
to a
came in,
back 3.
do what?
We moved to a back 3.
Okay, we actually start to play better. I'm saying there is a specific role for a specific player,
Yeah, but
and I just want to everybody to give Blonde Mount a little bit more of time.
just as right. No formation that Tuchel plays suits an 8. It just doesn't. There's nothing
Again,
that suits
I-
an 8.
It's
I'm not
it's
saying,
in that.
but
Back
how
up
many
to the-
eights we
yeah.
have?
I
Back
But that's
three and
what
an
I
eight.
Jester was
mentioned
saying.
earlier,
That's what Jester
it
was
doesn't
saying.
matter when it comes
That's
to
what Jester was
Gallagher
saying.
because of the way he likes to play. It doesn't matter what formation we use. He does not suit the way Tuchel wants to play. So he even there are 3 kind of in my mind at least. This may be different for everyone else. There are 3 outcomes with this. He even needs to improve in terms of certain aspects. He needs to be a lot better on the ball in terms of retaining it. He needs to improve his decision making. He needs to run into cul-de-sacs with his head down like Mount does. If that doesn't happen, either he needs to leave or Tuchel needs to leave because Tuchel's not changing the system, and he does not suit the system. Nothing about the way he plays suits the system. So he's
Let
either
me-
needs to improve his efficiencies, or he will leave because he will show to be not be good enough.
And sometimes
Right, let me
it's
just go
about
through a few
timing.
of these super chats quick. Bibek says we're not winning the league until we fix the spine. We need a new and quality goalkeeper, DM and forward, also a number 8 personally, and maybe another forward too. But like that's just me putting everything I want in there. Artem says funniest part of yesterday was people blaming Jorginho for why Gallagher got 2 yellows. I hate Jorginho as much.
Even
as
I don't
Sam,
blame
but
him
some
for that.
mistakes are just silly. People are blaming Jorginho for
no,
that.
even I'm not blaming J5. I'm more blaming Cucurella for the second
Yeah,
yellow.
Cucurella makes more sense.
He should have done that, but it's still Gallagher. What the? That's
I was gonna say, even
because the thing is, he had to make them tackles, otherwise it would have been through on goal. Doesn't mean we would have scored them, but it would have mean it was literally at that point there was nobody else that was going to.
Go back and watch the second yellow card. He doesn't have to make that. Chalobah literally, I don't know who was that got the ball. Was it Barnes? That was
Barnes, I think, for the second,
Barnes,
and KDH for the first.
Chalobah's level with him when he makes that challenge.
That's
Like
why when the red card.
worst case scenario, Chalobah is going to have to make a last, is going to have to try and get back on side to him in a worst case scenario. If not, he still has 2 players to the left of him, Cucurella and someone else who's running back as well.
No.
There's no reason for him to make that challenge.
No, Scott, you need to look at
There's
this.
no reason. There is no reason for him to make that challenge. Absolutely none.
It was no Cucurella there. There was a corner kick. That happened after corner kick. Why
He
is
was
Chalobah
last man.
doing?
He
He
was
was
last
the last man.
But he wasn't. At the time he made the tackle, you
wasn't.
could see a flash of
When he made
blue
the
going
challenge,
past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chalobah was recovering. Cucurella was getting back. There was someone to the left of Gallagher or to the right next to Cucurella. I can't remember who it was. I want to say Silver.
I don't think
And catching Barnes,
Yeah,
right?
Barnes
You
is
tried to
fast.
catch Barnes.
I'm saying they can
One
recover.
of the
My point
fastest
is there is
He
no
is?
reason for him to make that
Barnes
challenge.
is fast.
None. There is no reason for him to make that challenge.
I
That
will
was dumb.
disagree with you. If it was the first one, I will actually crucify him if he doesn't make the challenge.
If he's not on a yellow
But
card,
if
then
the
fair
first
enough.
one,
But he already knows he's on a yellow card, and he knows he doesn't have to make that challenge. That's dumb. That's a stupid challenge to make. That's just a stupid
I
challenge.
agree.
To make.
It's a stupid challenge to make, but I will not say that it was like so much going on. They could score.
They could score from that position.
For that position, they could actually score.
If Barnes kicks it past him.
Barnes kicks it past it, ain't nobody catching him.
I just watched it again. Barnes is going through. Whether Chalobah catches him or not, I have no idea.
Yeah,
Chalobah is the next one closest, but it's not like they're shoulder to shoulder. Chalobah was at least 2-3 yards behind. I don't know if he would have caught him or not.
Yeah, Chalobah ain't catching Barnes, man. Barnes is fast.
But we just don't. It's hypotheticals. You just don't know.
It doesn't matter. It happened.
Doesn't matter.
We can't go back and
Yeah.
change
Yeah.
the past. The thing was, he shouldn't have got the first yellow in the first place.
Mhm.
This guy.
Then he should have. Then he would have not. Exactly.
He is a step slow, just like Mason Mount. He's missing that little bit of speed that Mason Mount is missing, and that's why Mason Mount is not good in attack, because there's balls played to Mason that he comes up a step short every time. I can't remember.
Mason was poor.
Well, Mason's been poor all season. There's whatever it is.
He was good against Tottenham.
I thought he was invisible against Tottenham.
What do you mean good at what?
He was in the midfield.
But what did he do?
Mason Mount will come good.
That's the thing. He was in the midfield, so he wasn't responsible for all the attacking. It was literally we controlled the midfield against the two ones, the physical ones. What's his name? The
but I don't rate Tottenham's midfield at all.
I thought that was more on Kante and Georgie really that controlled that midfield.
Yeah, I don't rate Tottenham's midfield
because I don't think. Listen,
you don't rate Tottenham's midfield?
No. Tottenham play Højbjerg and Bentancur.
Best midfielders on the bench. Assume.
Yeah.
He
even start.
Plays for like 12 minutes each game. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
25 minutes still from you.
Oh, now I remember. Now I remember. He and Mount and Robin Loftus-Cheek on the right side, destroying Spurs constantly on that right side all the time. Again in that game.
Mount played left.
He played left.
Havertz was on the right.
Yeah, and Sterling down the middle.
Yeah.
Again, we're rehashing stuff.
That's Havertz.
Yeah, whatever.
The fact is, Mount has not.
Okay, let's
not played well at all.
I thought it was on the right side.
Okay, hang on. Let's say that he did play well against Spurs. Fair enough. He still played crap in the other two games. So he's on a 2-1 in terms of play. Crap in 2, and he's been good in 1. And the 2 he was crap in, he was really bad. Especially
4 games, though.
And we played 4. Apologies. In 3, what was the other game we played?
Everton,
Leeds.
Leeds.
Tottenham.
Fuck, I forgot about the Leeds game. I tried to repress it in the back of my mind. So he's on 3-1 then, because he wasn't great in that Leeds game either.
Yeah, let's focus our attention away from Mount.
No, why though?
Why?
No, because
He's
you know what?
star boy.
I get sick of this, by the way. People want to make these excuses for Mount that they don't want to make for Hudson-Odoi, for Pulisic, for Ziyech, for these other players, and I'm sick of it.
Wait, for who?
Why did he get the excuses? Why does he get the excuses that these players don't get?
Because
maybe because we only see them only during the games. They could be even worse in a training ground.
Mount was missing for long periods of the game yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he was on the pitch, to be honest.
Second half because he was taken off.
Oh yeah.
I also think that midfielder you have, Dewsbury Hall, is very good.
Yeah, I've been shouting about him for a year. He's from our academy. He's a great player from Leicester as well. He is a good player, but the thing is, at the moment,
so when is he asking for transfer request?
Yeah, well, we can talk about
Fofana
in that situation there, but yeah, it's he won't be. It's just Fofana, and just to let you guys know, I've let Lewis know, and we've brought it up on Shameless as well. Fofana did exactly the same thing to Saint Etienne 2 years ago. So don't be surprised when Real Madrid even sniff and he just downs tools and goes right. Does the same thing to you guys.
Wasn't Chilwell from your academy?
Yes.
So
our academy is decent.
We have the 6-year deal for Fofana, so he can down tools all he wants.
It just means we get more money.
He just signed. I went over with Lewis. Was it last week, Lewis? We went over this.
Yeah.
Fofana just signed a deal, and you should have seen some of the quotes. I want to play for the fans. I want to win trophies with this club. He said all sorts of stuff. I would send you the article. We'll go back and watch it.
I don't believe anything anybody says.
And that was a 5-year contract, and this is March. We're literally talking not even 6 months, and he's already gone, right, I don't want to play for this team anymore. As soon as Chelsea came sniffing and put a £60 million bid in, he goes, right, I don't want to play. And if you looked at his Arsenal performance, he ran ragged because he's like, my brain's not in it anyway.
Neil, I just want to go. So I read, and I don't know if you've heard anything different, that the reason the price is not as high, like it's high anyway, but not like going over to, is because Chelsea said they were going to pay the full amount in like 1 year instead of over like 4 or 5 like they used to do.
True.
What then do you expect any incomings from Leicester this week at all?
We've only got 3 days left, and we've got not a lot. That's the problem.
And
if you're going to get anybody, it's going to be on loan. And again, this kind of adds. We've not signed any players. We've signed a third backup goalkeeper to replace Kasper Schmeichel leaving. We've genuinely not got a lot. Defensively, we are all, as you found out, kind of with Johnny Evans is decent. Daniel Amate is good in a back 3, but in a back 2, you saw yesterday. If Kai Havertz was half as good strike, he was twice as good. You got another 2 goals quite easily.
Do you know what centre back would have been good for you?
Let Neil finish, man. Jesus Christ, why are you interrupting with a nonsense question? Let Neil finish. Go on, Neil.
Don't worry about it. There's another one is here now, so.
Yeah, I don't know. The truth is, I don't know. But the thing is, everything's a mess at Leicester at the moment in terms of we'll be all right. I think people are saying get relegated. We're not going to get relegated. Let's be honest. But we're not going to. Again, we're in a hole, as you can see. But that performance was the best we've had at the moment. So can we get a replacement in? Maybe we've been looking since January, but our head transfers is left to Atalanta. We've got a new guy in from Southampton, but they've just put him on gardening leave. So it will be kind of Brendan Rodgers at transfers, who I'm not happy with. I'd genuinely rather not sign anybody instead of getting another Vestergaard situation again. So we'll have to see. I think we'll sign somebody decent, I'm hoping, because they've probably been scouting people because they knew the defense was going to be an issue. So there's some players in France and Germany that we're looking at who'll probably be on loan, and then we'll have to rebuild it in the summer or whatever that is.
Not bad.
It's Lewis.
Yeah, this one was actually me. So yeah.
So who's your next coach after Brendan Rodgers gets sacked? Yeah. I mean, because he's walking that he's on my sack list. By the way,
I don't know why he's not gone yet. I've been calling for his head since February.
Oh, does he have a big buyout?
I can
Yeah,
stand
that's
him.
the problem. 27 million, 3-year contract.
Wait,
Oh
3
my
years left
God.
from now.
That's what
3
we
years left
paid
from
to
now.
get rid of Mourinho.
Can stand him, man.
We paid
Yikes.
to get rid of
He's
Mourinho.
and what it is, Winter Surfer as well. He's doing the similar things to Mourinho.
Yeah.
Is that exactly the same situation? You guys know, as an understudy, he's basically doing the same thing, just throwing his toys out the pram, going
Neil,
everything. He's mentioning everything. So what we're going through. And it's shit.
If anybody knows how Abramovich person is, he's the most quiet, patient person ever. But to piss off him, that he will actually say that you will never manage Chelsea club ever as long as I'm gonna be the owner of this club. Abramovich literally told Rodgers that when he was youth coach.
I think
Like,
I know
he
who
is
you're
such a-
getting, Neil.
I think
Willy
we're gonna,
Volley.
I'm not sure in terms of defender, in terms of manager.
Yeah, no, Willy Volley from.
We
Wolves.
don't buy from Premier League teams. It always
I was
goes
going to
tits
say
up.
he looks to be going to Nottingham Forest.
Bro,
Because
what are they doing?
He didn't show up for training or show up for the squad.
Yeah,
What's
not
it,
not
like
the
20th
first one.
player or something they've signed this
Yeah,
season?
it'll be their 18th player if they sign him.
Oh yeah, and by the way,
Good lord.
Just before we go, let me go through the super. Artem says, also, I don't know about you guys, but I was losing my shit with Chalobah because he was looking good at first, but he kept letting Vardy get behind him in the second half. And yeah, Vardy did have the better of him 1v1, especially in the second half, like you said. I thought aerially he was good, but this is the maturity in his game that needs to develop with time as well. So it's a bit understandable, especially when you're playing.
But it is Jamie Vardy at the same time. He creates that space. That's what he does. You guys know.
I'm sorry, but the one that sticks in my mind is the one that Vardy put inside netting, where it was a 1-on-1, and he let Jamie Vardy outmuscle him for the ball. You're a huge dude. You either win the ball or you take him down. You don't let him get past you in that position.
If he takes him out,
See,
he
the
gets a
way I
red
saw
card.
it though, he
Not
stuck
a
his
red
leg
card.
out and
Not
his
a
whole.
was there.
No,
What?
from what I saw, he stuck his leg out and Vardy just ran through him with his entire body. It's a
And
bit
you can't do that. No, it's not understandable.
No.
What moment are you talking about? What moment are you talking about?
When Vardy put the ball in the side netting, when Mendy came out, there was in the second half,
Yeah.
and it was 1-on-1 with Trevor, and it was a 50-50 ball, and Vardy won it. Left Trevor.
When
I don't know.
Trevor fell, he was out of balance.
I don't.
For me, it looked like he pulled out. I don't think. If he
No.
wanted to take him out, he would have.
Decision making.
My thing is, it's as a defender, it's really, I know this situation when you're trying to kick the ball, and the easiest way to do for the striker, it's when you when you have balance. So what happens is, it's like if you're a striker, you wait for the defender to make a touch and then you go at him, like make him touch and then you go at him. Same thing as a defender. That's why they're telling you, do not let the ball bounce. Do not let the ball bounce. Kick it from the air. That's what Chalobah was doing. So
he didn't do a good job of it.
Well, he didn't, because Vardy is the smarter, more experienced striker. So Vardy was opposite. Vardy was calculating when Chalobah's going to reach that foot. Because when Chalobah's going to reach that foot to try to kick the ball up, that's the moment when Vardy needs to go in. Because when your foot up, you ain't staying steady on your feet. When he moved his foot up, that's when he pushed, and Chalobah just fell down.
Whatever he was doing, my point stands. You can't get beat there. You cannot get beat, because if that's somebody that's in form, which Jamie Vardy is not, if you do that against Erling Haaland, that ball is in the back of the net. You either take the foul, take the yellow card. It would have been a yellow card because Thiago Silva was there, because he ended up on the goal line when Vardy took the shot. So it would have been a yellow card, but you take that yellow card every day of the week, and you do not let him go 1-on-1 with the keeper. And those are the type of things that you can see, even though he had a good game, why he doesn't need to be starting in the big games, or he's not a starter. Why we've just paid 70 million plus for Wesley Fofana. If he was at that level, we wouldn't have paid the money for Wesley Fofana. He's not. He's going to stay with the team.
The fact that you think that Leicester is the top
right
team, that's the funny part. What team did you?
I said we can't play him against top teams. like
He played against
Man
Liverpool.
City.
And the Leicester is not a tough
Liverpool.
team based on the success lately.
Success
didn't have a
well, in
choice.
the last
There was
year
no
or so,
choice.
no. But before that, I said we
Well-
could compete with people. Yeah.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Based on, what Jester's saying is, like, look, when do you supposed to play then, Chalaba? What games?
Well, I would think Bournemouth would be a good game to play him against.
We're gonna get in a spliff against Bournemouth.
Why is he?
Oh,
hang on.
Brighton. Never mind.
Hang on, why is
Wrong
it?
club.
Why is
Wrong
it?
club.
Why is it?
Brighton,
violating?
Bournemouth.
He's
I can
still
tell- I
learning
can tell
his
you why it's
craft.
violating.
Why is it so bad for him to play against teams like Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you why. Because Jess is making him out to be like a catastrophic player, and I admit he has his flaws. He's not that bad.
He's
Yeah,
not
they
that
were-
bad.
And Bournemouth are the worst team in the league. That's why I think it's
Be it for
violation.
me to speak on Jester's behalf.
We are the
maybe-
worst team in the league
Maybe
at
Jester,
the moment.
maybe Jester's thinking he'll learn his craft and get confidence as well while learning his craft. I don't know, Jester, if that's your thinking as well. That if he plays against the lesser teams, he will build up his confidence and learn more. Plus, he's only in his second year with us. I know he's like 23, 24, but really he's still a pup, right? At Premier League level. So I think we should expect him to play lesser games now. Fofana's playing. Fofana might be younger, but he's more experienced than Chalobah. So I think
that's not even the point I'm making.
coming in for games against Bournemouth. I don't know who else you'd put down there at the moment. Aston Villa, stuff like that. That would be fine. So
Yeah.
But
He could play
sorry, I didn't mean
He could play Dinamo Zagreb. Okay, these are the games where you don't have to be the best player at your position, but you're still better than the opposition you're playing against.
By the way, John Terry did
Hold
this,
on a
guys.
second.
Just to let you know, John Terry did that as well. Just to let you know.
What I tried to understand this point, but that's the only thing that he actually did in that game that was bad. So you're gonna say that he should not start against those kind of teams because but possibly one mistake?
That's not the only thing he's done in the running. If you go over his time with Chelsea, that's not the only thing
I know
he's
that
done.
the penalties is the biggest bother for me, the ones that he
Okay,
done.
and again, he had 3 clearances the whole game in 90 minutes. There was times where he doesn't. I'm not going to go into this, but he's afraid of the ball. He doesn't want the ball. He doesn't want to be around the ball.
Overthinking it, maybe. Something like that.
Azpilicueta had 6 clearances in 45 minutes. How can a 33, 34-year-old come on in a half and be more valuable?
Because
to
at the end of the game we got overrun.
Okay, then where was Chalobah?
At the end on the left side.
Okay, and what they don't play down the left side? They don't have anybody
well,
there?
Well, they usually attack from the left. I'm talking about. Then he switched on the other side, and when Azpilicueta came in, the biggest threat that Leicester comes in, it's usually from the left side, where Azpilicueta, because whereas the Barnes comes in.
Yep.
So
here's the middle.
Here's the answer why
definitely not on the right.
Definitely not on the right.
I think even the Chelsea game, I think we created more from even though Barnes got the goal, we created more from the middle than we did through the right, and it obviously helped with Gallagher being sent off.
We already passed the midfield problems with Chelsea.
Yeah,
we don't have it.
Normally we have Maddison through the middle, we have Keenan Dewsbury Hall, we have players through the middle that work as well, and also our fullbacks get really far. Well, normally, I mean, we are shit. We are bottom of the league, but still.
By the way, Mendy, what the?
Yeah, that was poor for the goal. Like he should not be getting.
He should be doing it. Yeah. It was a slight barge, but at the same time, I'm looking at you guys going, you should be doing. Ben Mendy should be doing.
You're talking about the disallowed. I was talking about the actual goal you scored. There's no way in hell you should be getting.
Beating his near post.
Yeah, no, it's a known thing with Mendy that he gets beat at his near post. Everybody talks about it.
FIFA glitch.
Big guys.
He's a FIFA glitch.
To go on the ground. Big guys hard to go down.
No, but you position yourself so you don't get beat at the near post, and
he
didn't.
That's his mistake on him 100%. That's why I brought it up. That goal should not be goal. I don't care how, especially on the ground. I understand if he will shoot the upper corner because that's how you beat him. But to get to beat the near post is where it was poor by Mendy. It was poor.
And it was, again, another poor kick out that started the whole thing.
Exactly.
It was a good strike by Barnes, though.
It doesn't matter if you're in position as a professional goalkeeper where you should be positioned. You're not getting beat by that shot.
I don't think
It's not even that. It doesn't matter what goalkeeper you are. You shouldn't be getting beat at your near post. As a goalkeeper,
Yeah, no, that is true. Yes, that is 100% true.
Regardless of whether it's some dude playing in League 2 or a Champions League winning level goalkeeper.
Yeah, you're not talking about the reason he got beat at his near post was because he left so much space. That's why he was able to get. That's the problem. It's not like a
hold on a second.
Thing,
can I bring somebody? I don't know. Is that my name or not? But Lender, can you bring Lender comment over here?
Nice.
I'm assuming he's trying to spell my name, but his fingers are too fat, so he presses 2 buttons at once.
I've been a goalkeeper, by the way. So
try to be a goalkeeper for 5 minutes before. Serious? That's what you criticize? That we criticizing him for getting beat in the near post?
Yeah.
Seriously?
I was actually watching Mark Goldbridge after to see his highlights of kind of like how he commentates, and he was like, "Oh, there's Mendy getting beat at the nearest post again. He shouldn't be getting beat by there." The commentators going, before that even happened, Mendy's poured his near post. Look, it's a known thing. If you want to put your head in the sand like an ostrich and not realize that this guy is not who you think he is, he's not at the level of keeper that traditionally Chelsea have. Petr Cech, Thibaut Courtois. Was he better than Kepa? Yes, but is he at the level of Courtois as Cech? No.
I just think listen. Yes, you can get beat at your near post, but not low like that. You need a high fine. That keepers really aren't expecting shots that powerful to go high like that in the near post. The low one is fine. What's going to happen is, and I'm fine for dropping Mendy, by the way, if anyone has a go at me. I know about Mendy, but I'm fine for dropping Mendy. We just can't replace him with a guy who's slightly better with his feet in this system.
Mm-hmm.
In this system, he's slightly better than Mendy. It's not a big difference. He's slightly better than him, and I can't have him when he's lower and everything else apart from the feet. I can't do it. So if you get me, I'm fine. Go out and search. It's probably not going to happen.
Gabriel
Summer,
Salino,
guys. It's probably going to happen.
No,
next
I'm not.
No,
just ignore him. Just ignore him. Just ignore him. Just ignore him.
Because the problem is the problem is
man.
Hang on. When the stuff about Mendy happened before, was it Leeds where he had the issues with?
Yes,
Leeds, it was Leeds. Because I watched the stream that you guys did after that, and again I saw people in the comments talking about Slonina. This dude is 18, I think, or 19. He's had a year and a half of professional football at the highest, not the highest level, at senior level. Stop putting expectations on these guys. He's fucking 18 or 19. Also, if most of you people actually watched him, you'd understand that he has the same issues Mendy has. He's a great shot stopper, but he's terrible with his feet. If you watched him and actually listened to people that speak about him, he's a great shot stopper, but with his feet, it's questionable at times. Like, especially towards the start of this season in the MLS, very questionable.
And when he comes back in January,
on him that he will not live up to. You can't just bring him in and expect him to be number one right now. What?
But when he comes back in January, we need to do what we did with Courtois and send him out to Europe somewhere for a year or two, possibly.
100%.
And
that doesn't help your situation now.
No, that's what I mean. So I think I think if anyone says anything, we're not going to address the goalkeeping situation this summer, and probably not in January.
Not at all.
It's going to be a next summer at the most.
They might not even be next summer because we need to rebuild the midfield.
That's true. That's true. And Kepa next summer will have 2 years left, I believe. Or no, 3. He might have 3. When did we get him? 18. He'd have 3. He'd have 2 years left. Definitely 2 years left. He'll have 2 years left of this contract.
And look, keepers can have a good run and then fall away. We have one sitting on our bench. He was not that bad under Sarri. He was actually a fairly good keeper, but
he was average.
No, he was good.
He had his moments.
He had his moments like against City in that 6-0. Like, obviously the long shots were an issue, which we realised back then, but he was good under Sarri.
Yeah, he was good. Mendy's had a good run, but I don't think that we're going to win and be the dominant team with him as keeper because, again, modern football, you have to be able to play with your feet.
I think
as
he
a
has
keeper.
larger issues.
And when
Mendy.
people talk about, like I said, when people talk about a Kepa, I shouldn't have more doubts about the replacement coming in than the actual guy already in the position to begin with.
Mhm.
And if that's the case, he's not. He shouldn't be coming in.
We
Okay?
did. Mendy was a glaring need at this point, but you're going to have to upgrade that position group.
Yes, definitely,
at some point.
absolutely, and it
Yeah,
has
but
to
to be-
be a modern keepers now have to. Everyone wants to play from the back, and they have to do well with their feet. That's a top attribute.
Would any of
to
you-
look for.
I can't lie. To be fair, on the like replacement thing,
booting.
I genuinely think in terms of obviously not now, and I think if we're to get to the point of challenging, I genuinely think we're like 7 players that need inputting into this squad.
You're minimum
7 or 8.
15 points off.
7 or 8 easily.
17
We're if
points
you think
last
about it,
season?
well, if you think about
Yes,
it, and I'm talking as a
Yeah.
squad,
18, I
right?
think. 18.
So
And-
you've gone backwards since last season.
That is true.
And people will get at me for saying that, but to put it in context in terms of like as a squad, we need a goalkeeper, 2 centre backs at least because we got Silver for like 1 or 2 more years max.
One
We
this
we
year,
need
and that's it.
probably 2 midfielders. We need a wing back for cover, and we need probably 2 more attackers. That's 8 players.
I think City are going to run away with it. Like I said, Liverpool are going to drop off. I think every team, so I think 2 and 3 for last year dropped off. The rest have slightly improved.
It's a cycle.
Yeah, it happens all the time, man. It's what happened to Liverpool right now. They don't address their cycle. They let
It's
it run.
the circle of
It's
life.
true, right? They let it run to the end, and it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the state our team is in is like understated how much we need to improve it, and no one seems to talk about it. I just think that I just think there are certain players in this team that we rely on that even though we're relying on them, they are also a part of the problem, and nobody wants to talk about them.
We have.
I'm talking about the global fan base.
The thing is, what I'll say is we don't need that many improvements if our goal is to be a top 4 team. We don't. Everything I just said then is if we want to challenge and win the league. If we want to challenge and win the league, we need 7 or 8 players minimum. Not saying now, I'm saying within the next, I'd say 4 to 6 windows. I'd say that within the next 4 to 6 windows, including this one.
Well, that's because then you do have older players moving on. Like even a Sterling would be past his prime in the next 4 to 6 windows. That's 3 years. So
when you say 4 windows, do you mean
we say 4 windows?
January, summer?
Yes, that's this summer. That's this summer, January, next summer, next January.
Well, we brought in 6. We're going to bring in 6 players this summer.
But again, we still need more. As I said, we still need a goalkeeper if we're going to challenge a better one. Still need 2 centre backs with Silver leaving. We still need the 2 midfielders. Still need 2 attackers. Still, I think we need wing back cover at right wing back because
I've already said that we do.
Yeah.
We absolutely.
And again, this is if we want to challenge. If people's what's the word, like aspirations is to be top 4, we're probably in a good spot. We probably need a couple more players. That's about it. But if we want to win the league,
the new management, depending on where they see you as well. Maybe they want to go and just go get top 4 and secure that.
No. This guy is not the owner of Chelsea. Wants to win everything every year. That is his goal.
So it's your competition and where you are at the moment. That's the thing.
Yeah, but he doesn't care what our competition. He'll buy a league. He doesn't care. He'll buy the league, meaning he'll put enough money out to bring in the players needed to win.
FFP exists.
But you've done that a couple of times. It's not just about money. Do you see what I mean? You spent 250 million that summer, and most of them have now flopped, haven't they? For that 250 million.
Well,
so it's
again,
not just about money,
but it's not under this guy
as well.
Well, again, all those players were not Tuchel's buys; those were under Lampard to fit what Lampard wanted to do. Not to
but
fit
it's
what Tuchel.
still money at the end of the day. So it's like it's not the amount of money that's going to buy you, and there's something that's kind of we've realised there's a scouting system that we've got in place, and there's a way that we do business that works. Like Fon probably the only exception with him going on, but it's about the mentality behind it as well. And I don't know if you're buying like a Kai Havertz for 72 million, what is the mentality going to be around that player? And you're seeing it again. So do you know what I mean? So it's about the bigger picture as well than just this player, this amount of money.
No, but again, you're right in terms of, but I don't want us spending the 72 million on Kai Havertz. That's why I want a DOF so much. Like I want us to be able to find like the Kantes that we found. How much do we pay for Kante?
32 million.
32 mil. I want to be doing that. Yeah, he won the league the year before, but I want to be going out and finding, the Matiches that we found from Ben. We went and got him from Benfica. I want to be able to do that. Aspes and stuff like that.
This is not the same. It's not that long ago, but it's more and more money is coming into football.
No, I get that.
Means
you can go and same FFP. It's still same FFP. Don't expect us to get.
You're at a disadvantage with your ground compared to.
But you can go and get the other teams. Players. My point is, you can go and get these players that aren't going to cost you an arm and a leg and 72 million, but will work with what you have. That's my point. Is I'm not saying I want us to go and sign 7 players all for 60 million plus. No, that's because that's dumb. That's not sustainable. That's stupid. Unless you have the money like PSG or City, and we don't.
Well, we haven't done that.
Newcastle in that now as well, signing Isak. That was a big buy for them, and also they're going to be your competition if you're going for that. They're going to be inevitably up there in a couple of years' time. So if they want to win everything, cool. But who is your competition?
Because there's more. The Premier League TV deal is getting redone. That's going to pump more money into every team. So you have already seen it with City. They've sold off a lot of their depth. Jesus, Sterling, Zinchenko. You can go on and on. These were key players in their squad.
And look at them now; they're thriving because they brought in Haaland and Alvarez and things like that. They've not thought they kept Bernardo Silva, and again, a player that's he didn't really want to play. They managed to convince him, and he's got the mentality. Right, I'm going to go in and I'm going to play for the team.
It's not even just that. It's on that as well. Look at who they're replacing them with in certain aspects. Sign a guy to replace Jesus and Julian Alvarez from the Argentinian league for whatever he was. It wasn't much. They went and replaced Zinchenko with a 21-year-old or whatever he was from the Belgian league that was, 20 more under?
21.
They're going and replacing them with players that they foresee can become key players in the team.
Haaland was less than Havertz.
Yeah. Haaland was not less than Havertz. That's not true. With the money was paid out to his father and his agency, he was over 100 million.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But still,
if he goes down, who comes in?
But they sign the profile of player. Do you see what I mean? Rather than just they've got a much
Grealish.
Grealish was probably a bit of a flop.
Grealish is a fail. Yeah, Grealish is a flop as we're talking right now.
And Haaland will get injured this year. And then who do you bring in? You don't have a Jesus to bring in.
Alvarez, who they brought in.
Scott, at the same time,
we can
praise them. We can praise them.
I was going to say, they played a whole...
But they're bringing all these young players,
won the league without any striker.
So who did they bring all those young players? Hold on a second. Who did the City bring beside Foden?
What?
I know some guy said, but they bring all those young players.
No. I meant like someone, for example, Alvarez. He was given an example. I'm just thinking like as
By
much.
the way, Alvarez, I agree with you. So far, great talent, nothing more. Because everybody keeps no. Some Scott said that Alvarez came in from nowhere league. As a fact, the Alvarez comes in and not instead of Haaland. So when Chester said if Haaland gets injured, who comes in? You said Alvarez. So far, Alvarez by himself didn't do nothing. Alvarez actually improved Haaland's scoring, but not by himself. Nothing. He didn't change nothing when he came in. All he did is played better with Haaland.
There's a huge drop off between Haaland and the next guys. What I'm saying. Last year there was not a huge drop off between their starters and the people they brought in.
There were.
So that's my final thing. I'm going to bounce.
There was a drop off when Grealish came in. Actually, when Grealish came in for any one of their front line, there was a drop off because he wasn't at the same level that he needed to be for the rest of them.
Yeah,
so there was a drop off. I don't understand. And again, people go, "Oh, there'll be a drop off." Yes, but there's not going to be enough of a drop off that they're suddenly going to become shit because they're not. And the thing is, with someone like Alvarez is he will go, "Oh, he hasn't done much." It's about they've gone and scouted someone who, for me, I watched him in that Liverpool game and I've seen him since. he looks like he's been there for a couple of years. He looks like he's just knows the system and fits. And this is playing as a winger when more traditionally, especially when he was playing at River Plate, from what I can understand from.
But that's
So
not
the research I've done,
that's not the point what I was trying to say.
What I was trying to finish. Sorry, Alex. What I was trying to finish is that as much as it looks like it's a good signing, but what are the chances of he becomes a Phil Foden to the team, like such an important player, like, or you scout this player from a random league and he becomes an N'Golo Kante, and that it's not very likely. These big clubs will go out and spend. I'm not saying we don't. Of course we don't know, but the likelihood is very low because when the Man City want to go win the Champions League and want to keep winning Premier Leagues, the likelihood is they're going to go buy the best players out there, or
not necessarily. You look at De Bruyne, he wasn't.
I think the likelihood it's just more. It's
Bernardo
more likely.
Silva wasn't the best player at the time.
Anymore. Hold on,
they were good, but Man City took to another level. Riyad Mahrez, he was a good player. They've taken to another level. It's a great example. They're not buying the top at their peak. They're buying them just before and then seeing where they fit in the system. And then Gundogan.
They're still buying very good. No, I'm not. They're still buying very good players.
It's a false. De Bruyne was De Bruyne.
Come on, guys.
He was mad.
His level when he went to Man City.
Of course he did. Because he kept Guardiola as a manager. Of course he did. Riyad Mahrez,
Guardiola wasn't the one that brought him in.
No, but in terms of like all these big signs, like Mahrez out in Leicester was a baller.
Look, City. I don't have it. I just don't have it. That all these things that the teams that fighting for the title, they don't have time to develop the players. It's it. They don't have.
Exactly. They do for the system. They find where
anyway. I was going to say no,
not
but
multiple
no,
players. Yeah, that should be right.
But again, that's the whole point I'm trying to say from the start. Is you're right. They don't bring players to development from the system because they go and sign players that will fit the system. So you're not having to then develop them for 3 years to try to get them to fit in the system when we're still seeing the same boring shit that we're seeing in our team because certain players can't develop. They can't seem to change their game and use the things that I'm meant to believe they're good at in those positions. They go and buy players. They go and buy players that are going to fit the system. Might need a month or two just to kind of get their head around things, but for the most part, they'll go and buy players that will fit how they want to play. So that if someone does get injured, they have to come in. There is at worst a bit of a drop off.
My point is not that. My point is, it's not like they started that from the standing position. That team was based the way City was doing before Guardiola came in. They are winning titles. There was already serious players in their team. It's not like he did what we did. Every club run in different way.
They weren't winning 5 out of 7 titles.
They weren't in a good place. They weren't in as good place.
They weren't in as good a place. Like, they were up and down.
Pellegrino, they weren't good. The team, what they have, Nagala, Otamendi. Otamendi up to his levels.
Pep's been there for 6 years.
Yeah, and they've obviously before that. They spent money, but they spent money in the wrong places. Mangala failed. There was Otamendi ended up wasn't good enough. There was lots of players that they didn't work out. When Pep's come in, there's been an uplift in terms of the transfers that have come in.
Okay, a goalkeeper didn't work out, dump him. Left back went to rape, dump him. Where did you get it? Did they use the scouts for that? No, they went to buy expensive players.
I mean, but that wasn't the early days. They were still finding their feet. Like now, okay, cool. Hold on. Let me just say this. We've been in this rebuild, beginning of a rebuild stage for like how many years? At some point, we're like, look at Man City now. How many signings are they now getting wrong nowadays? Very
Grealish, 100 million.
Okay, cool. That's the only one you can name. Yeah, that's the only one you can name. Only Grealish.
Pep has been building this team for the past 6 years.
Okay, cool.
Pep has been building this team for the past 6 years.
Because 5 people.
Can I just say, by the way, you're talking about he went and replaced with this player, that player. They went and bought a goalkeeper playing in the Portuguese league who no one knew about. And if you say you knew about him, you're either a liar or you have way too much time on your hands to go and watch that football because they saw what he could bring them. Like, they went and bought a centre-back, again, spent big money on a centre-back from the same club because they thought he could be the next Vincent Kompany for their team, and he's been brilliant for them. He's been a leader on the pitch.
Like, big money as well. big
Diaz.
Ruben Diaz.
Like,
Okay.
we are not doing this. We're going and buying.
I agree with
Mendy.
You know what we're
Mendy.
doing?
I'm gonna give Mendy a shout. I'm gonna give Mendy a shout.
Do you know what we're doing?
I'm gonna give Mendy a shout.
But my point is, they didn't go. No, they didn't go when Bravo flopped to go. Okay, cool. Let's go get Keylor Navas.
Yeah.
They didn't go and get the best goalkeeper in the world at that time. They went, cool. Let's go and find the best goalkeeper that's going to fit our system that we can go out there and no one's going to be looking at because no one is going to think to go and look at it.
And the thing that we're doing is that we're just literally like the players that like everybody knows that are the good players. Those are the players we're going for. And whenever people say criticize like Tuchel and his talent ID, I agree with them because like I've not seen a single thing like because I was watching a stream the other day and they were talking about this. They were like, what? Hold on. They were like, what type of player is a Tuchel player? I can't name one. I don't even know what description that even be. That would even be. So
maybe
what are we even looking so what are we even looking
maybe
for? Exactly?
The problem was with Chelsea because nobody knows what the style was. We fired managers so much that players.
I'm focusing on Tuchel.
It's not a good, like, if you let me finish. What I'm trying to say is when you always fire the managers, you don't have it. And I keep telling you, we are poor Real Madrid. That's what we are. We're buying players like Madrid, but we're not paying. But we don't have money like Madrid. It's been for years, but it's been success. It's been success. So if you don't like it, I don't understand why you're here. Just for fucking complaining.
And at the same time, to build on what Alex said, all this praise about them buying these players the points of they're buying players that they know will fit the system and then allow them to adapt in a month or two. Of course, that's not easy, but it's good for Pep. One, he's a quality manager, and two, he's been building that squad for the past 5 years, so they know what they want. He knows what they want. The club know what the player or the managers want.
City already winning the titles. City already winning the titles.
It's not as easy as a club that sack managers left and right, and then a new owner just come in. It's not as easy.
Sorry, I just want to point something out to the people in the comments saying that Edison was Brazil #1 at the time City bought him. He made his debut the year that they bought him in October for the Brazilian national team. So, suck your mums.
But I don't understand.
You're on mute, Andrew.
Well, I don't understand.
I'm just laughing at what you just said.
No. So the year that they got it, it's the year that
he made his debut for the Brazilian national team about 3 or 4 months after they bought him. So again,
okay. I never heard of Edison. But Edison's still not #1. I think the Alisson.
He's not exactly. He's still not #1. But again, whatever.
Yeah, I never heard of Edison before. I've never heard of him. By the way, he is good. But I think even Kepa will be good with them. Even Kepa is going to be good. Because the way I look, the way they concede the goals, I'm not that serious about how Edison is actually as a goalkeeper.
No, he's a fraud. Edison is a fraud.
No,
I'm not saying he's a fraud. What the
awful
take. No.
Seriously, man.
No. I'm saying Edison. Edison's shot stopping is fraudulent. He's kicking world class. I don't care. I don't care. No. Hold on. Wait, what?
His shot stopping is more than good.
Edison. His positioning sometimes is the questionable thing.
To dash out of his box like a headless chicken and just be in no man's land. It works sometimes, but when it doesn't, he looks like an utter clown. And you know what I mean, go on. No,
what I've tried to say is I'm not saying what the other guy said before me. I'm not saying Edison is overrated or anything. I'm saying it's easy to say what it is about the goalkeeper that does not actually be under pressure all the time. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, if he will be at a specific different style of game where he gonna be exposed and stuff like that, there could be a different picture. It's not proven my point. It's proven Scott's point that he actually suits for the system. What the way what's his name wants to play.
But he's still up there in terms of shot stoppers. Again, up there in terms of what easily top 5. If not, again, he's better than De Gea. He's up there with Alisson in that team. Who else is on that same page as him? Like in terms of a shot stopper, there isn't many people.
What's his name? The Snake and Real Madrid. He's a good.
Premier League. We'll keep it Premier League.
Okay.
I'd say
off
the top of my head in the league, I'd probably say the 3 best are probably Alisson, Edison, and Ramsdale.
You don't think Mendy's
I'd
up
say
there no more?
Ramsdale is up there.
You don't think Mendy's up
Mendy
there
ain't
no
up
more?
Best,
So actually, to be fair.
I wouldn't say. I don't. I'm not saying that Ramsdale. What's his name? That you're talking about Arsenal
Ramsdale.
goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Past couple of games kind of been questionable, man.
I mean, that's fair
That
enough.
shot,
I just
you
think
know what I'm
overall.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Overall, last season he was great actually for them. Yeah, he was
Actually, I
great.
forgot about Jose Sarr as well. He's quite good. He's had a bit of a shaky
By the way,
start.
anybody seen Chelsea's?
have.
I want Chelsea midfielder to be scoring a goal today.
What?
I was saying, just
Ruben
saying.
Neves.
Ruben
I'm
Neves.
just saying
Oh.
he's still available. Chelsea Football Club. He's
We're
still
not-
available.
I agree.
Jobs are
Well,
coming,
one sec, guys. I gotta wrap this
Jobs are
up.
coming.
Artem says also how shit of our set piece has been so far. They've been fucking atrocious. Just first man and repeat.
Still
the whole
worse,
time.
and ours is still worse. But yeah,
We were just out clowning each other on them corners yesterday. It was unbelievable. Finishen says Tuchel might use Fofana as a Marquinhos in a 4-2-2 and a 3-5-2. Yeah, everyone's obsession with us going to a back four. It's not going to happen. Not till we get more creative midfielders and attackers. But
We do need a DM.
we'll see. We'll see if we can be in the DM role. Right. Well, we're going to wrap up because I really need to lie down, and tomorrow's going to be long as well. Big
By
up
the way,
everyone.
Newcastle guy that scored the goals. Peach, man, goal of the season so far.
Saint Max.
Bro, bring him to Chelsea, not fucking Gordon, man.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
no.
Yes, Alex.
Thank you.
Not having no
Fuck all
step over
that.
merchant, man.
Bring
and
Zaha
produce
to
And
Madrid.
the thing is, I know if he came, you'd all love him. That's the thing that pisses me off the most.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's
no.
gonna be Chelsea player.
Exactly. So just drop the thing. You know you'd love him. Just accept it. Let it happen.
It doesn't mean that now I don't love him. If he becomes Chelsea player, then I will love him.
Right.
You wouldn't.
Guys,
You wouldn't.
we're
There'd be
wrapping
no
up.
end product.
Big up.
So you wouldn't love him.
Big up.
Yeah.